This episode is brought to you by the Smile Death Lifestyle brand, a small brand trying to live big dreams. With fresh new winter gear that just dropped on the website, check out www.smilexdeath.com for all sorts of swag, stickers, and car fashion accessories. We also just dropped the Smile Death Car Shop Kuroshi collaboration windbreaker. Again, that is www.smilexdeath.com.
What the fuck is up, everybody? It's your boy, Damien. I realized I have to change that intro. We have not just dropped that. It's been a little while, so I need to up my shit. Anyway, we're on part 4 of our media appreciation, and I couldn't be more excited. Check me out. Look how excited I am. That's me. I'm really excited. I love these fucking things. These are great pods, and I know everybody else loves to check them out too, because we have a lot of media fam, and we love our media fam. So before we dive into it, I got to introduce the right-hand mans, maybe make sure that they're backstage, not doing some weird stuff. I always check to make sure that they're like fully clothed, because you guys and girls would not want to see what actually goes on behind the scenes in the green room. Like, it's pretty gross. James is always at least touching one nipple, and it's out. It's out a lot. It's really weird. But anyway, let's bring on the right-hand man. He is chess. He's actually a world chess champion. Not a lot of people know that. He's been a hot dog, not like eating, but like deep throat. I think he's like worldwide for that. I don't even know. We'll have to ask him, but let's bring him on. Mr. Chad Chiba.
Hello.
Tell the people about your hot dog skills. No, I'm just kidding. I make all that shit.
Hot dogs are small, bro.
That's true. That is true.
Like, let's be honest. They're real thin, real tiny.
Yo.
That's amateur hour.
Speaking of hot dogs, though, so I was thinking about making an animated intro for, remember how we were talking about For Sale Fuck and we were going to rename it?
Mm-hmm.
So I really like the swap meet thing, but you know what? No. You know what? I'm going to fucking wait. I think it'd be better if it's a surprise.
Yeah, you should just make it.
Yeah, I'm just going to make it. It's going to be
good.
It'll be a good fucking visual to start that.
Yep.
Let's bring this other jabroni in. He is getting popular on the internet for his shiny hiney stuff, which is getting pretty wild. I've been watching the growth of his Lord Shiny Pantsness all over the good
TikTok
old Instagram.
Celebrity.
He's a TikTok celebrity. He's a Pornhub, he's been doing all these shiny butt plugs and then seeing how big they get. So imagine if he did. He's like all these polished butt plugs and it goes in like millimeters. Anyway, let's bring him in. Mr. Jim James, Untapped market. He goes viral for it. And Mr. Jim Jam Jamboree, Mr. James. Oh God, it's the best James ever. Nope. Tell James to get the fuck out of here.
This is the Jeff show now.
It is now the Jeff show. What is up, Mr. Jeff? How are you, buddy?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
We're chilling.
Fantastic.
Like we're always chilling.
I'm better now that you're here.
Usually Chad and James just go head to head pretty much the whole episode. So this is way better.
This is
people in the chat. Yeah, this is really nice. Yeah, you're much better visually to look at. You know what I mean? I thought too. Yeah, exactly. So let me guess. Are you over there dropping some stuff off for some shiny stuff?
Picking some stuff up.
Oh, do we get to see it?
It's already loaded up.
Oh, well, I guess we'll see it, I'm sure, when you post about it.
You will.
Yeah. I like this. This is good.
Everybody's getting their shit shiny.
Does James have pizza?
He does now.
James always has pizza.
Thanks,
there it is. There it is.
Just eat the whole thing.
Yeah, Jeff, eat the whole, or sneeze on it. I wish you fucking
just dumped it on my pants.
That's
a great idea. It probably feels pretty great.
Yeah, James looks a lot different today.
It's the haircut.
Yeah, picking up all his SR20 parts.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
That's true. You're very anti-SR20. We know you're not the real James.
That is true.
I could be the real James.
Would the real James please stand up?
Would the real James please stand up? That's me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love this. This is
Yeah.
great.
This
I
is
think
a
we didn't we
great
have an
surprise.
idea about doing this the one time where we were going to do like
We were just
everybody.
talking about this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hayes
everybody.
takeover.
Yep, Hayes takeover. That'd be fucking great. I'd love to give you guys an hour and a half and just see what happens.
It's perfect. It'd be great.
It's just nothing but getting high. Like
We
you
need
guys
to
are just
film it on
Getting high,
420.
KBD,
Yes.
and K's.
that's so on 420.
The best things in life.
On 420, I think that should actually happen.
The 420 Hayes special.
Yep. Yep. Either everybody on or they just do a takeover and we just sit back and like, watch.
That would be pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. No, that'd be really good. All right. Well, hey, it's a media episode. So Jeff, you can hang out and check out some media.
All right. I'm not going to stick around for the whole thing. I'll let Lord Shiny Pants get back on it, but I'm sticking around for a little bit.
I mean, we'll probably have better like viewership with you on. So
That's true.
I'm helping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
new
God.
face.
Albert, I don't even want to know. You know what else would be pretty good? I know it's coming. And Wild Steve, look, bang.
Yeah. Well,
I knew if Chad smashed. I love that he talks like a caveman now too.
it's very
If-
caveman-esque.
If Chad smashed door.
Using actual sentences is beyond.
Oh, I
Albert.
fucking love it. One of these days we'll get him.
Yeah.
Hey, so let's
Maybe.
dive into this episode. This is episode number 34, brought to you by New School Vinyl. So check out New School Vinyl on Instagram if you have any sticker needs, vehicle wraps, liveries. He does it all. So he'll wrap your face if you really want it done. You know what I mean? So you know what? That's another thing I wanted to fucking do is get our helmets wrapped that it was like each other's face. Remember that?
That would be sick.
Oh my God. With the perforated vinyl on the visors.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he can hook that up. That'd be pretty
That
wild.
would be hilarious. It would be
I would buy another
hilarious.
helmet just for that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Before I keep I'm getting sidetracked here.
Actually, before you start,
Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to quickly shout out, even though none of them for sure listen to this, the Juice Box guys are going full time with their YouTube endeavors, which is pretty fucking sick.
Neil.
So hopefully they, hopefully Neil, Flip, all them do really well with that shit. If you don't watch any of the Juice Box stuff, you should absolutely go watch it because it's like another world over there. It's pretty great.
Yeah, they're very deserving of like doing that for a living.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of time that they put into that, like as YouTubers, like they've been doing it like part-time and like probably it's been kicking their ass for the longest time, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of work they put into it, like I think that if they can do it full-time and it supports them full-time doing it, like that's fucking the key. Like that's winning. Like they're deserving of being able to do that. And when we met them at Final Bout, they were the sweetest fucking guys ever.
Yeah,
like
They were.
right? They're way different than, like you get those online personality guys that just kind of like a little weird, like they were not. They were just like real fucking super, car enthusiasts. Like they love this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to get Neil on, to be honest.
It'd be really cool. Yeah. I'm sure he has some ridiculous stories.
They are ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I just want to see him do rings, lad.
yeah, I want. Let's hopefully we can do a pod while he's like doing rings. So that'd be pretty sick.
Cool.
Yeah, I want it, and like it takes a lot of kind of like not guts, but to say, hey, community, like I could tell he was fucking like cringed out when he was asking on his latest video for support. You know what I mean? Like you could tell he wasn't about it, but like honestly, like we're doing it too. Like we have our Patreon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
it does feel weird.
It does. It comes to a point though, like where he's probably like not hemorrhaging money, but like it's like you need that support. You know what I mean? And you're creating content for somebody else, so like help them out. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna try to funnel some of which we already have some Patreon supporters, and for those that are signed up, I think we got like 15 people already like hanging out with us in the Patreon. So like that's fucking awesome.
You people.
Yep, you people. And there eventually we're going to start doing like lists and stuff and thank yous for everybody. You know what I mean? That's in there and supporting. But one of the things that we're actually possibly able to do is take some of that and support other people. So we can pick and choose. You know what I mean? Which kind of makes it's kind of weird, but at the same time,
Maybe
like Neil, it would be sick to support.
Maybe I already smashed my door and this is a new one. Albert's not part of the Patreon. I can almost guarantee that.
Oh yeah,
So,
you didn't see the exclusive door smash.
Door smash video, and this is actually a new door as of like a week ago. So
way to go,
sorry, Albert.
Yeah, that's pretty mean. You know what I mean? It's fucked up of you.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my phone's about to die. That's fine. Hey, let's get to the point. The mans of the hours. So I want to introduce somebody who backstage we were just bullshitting for a little while, and he's very easygoing, and it's the first time I've ever talked to him, and he's super, super nice. Besides, I think on the internet once, but Mr. Dan James, bang, what's up? And the most important part, and the cat. Dude. Look at how fucking cute.
You're the greatest.
Oh,
you're more popular than me.
Yeah. Honestly, just give the cat your mic and
imagine. I wish. Look at how cute. Oh, is that jump on the lap?
She going over? You can.
Yes. This is the most
content we love.
This is the wholesome content. Look at that face. This is amazing.
She's the greatest.
Aw. Welcome to the Pile Up Podcast, my guy. Yeah, what's going on?
I'm here. I made it. This is pretty cool.
You did make it, and you're not hurt, right?
Nope. Ride was smooth. You guys comped all my flights. It was great.
Yep, exactly. Yes.
I almost didn't make it, so.
I was going to say, dude, you were scaring me. Did you see the text? I was
I did.
They're in the chat like, fuck Chad's door, and I'm just like, he's not here? You know what I mean? So
that's the closest I've ever cut it. I was just eating Taco Bell, and I looked at my phone, and it was like 7:20. I was like, ah, shit, I guess I should go home.
Oh, jeez. So you're going to have to shit yourself earlier, right?
Yep.
Well, soon. Yeah.
For sure.
That makes sense.
We all will. It's fine. We'll do it together.
We can group shit.
Shits.
Oh, I love it. What is up, everybody in the chat? We got 26 in the chat. We appreciate you watching. And yeah. Oh, let's see here. We got Jeff. If you're going to replace James, you need to eat that pizza faster. James Wolf says shit down like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
True.
Yeah, that is true. Dan, is this your first pod?
Yeah, it is.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't know many pods that really bring like, not to like toot our own horn, but I'm just thinking to myself, like, I don't know many that bring a lot of media on. You know what I mean?
I don't think I've seen too many, and it's pretty rad because that's something I can raise my hand for and be like, oh, that's me.
That's me. Check. I fucking do that.
Yeah,
I really hope.
Business. I'm not a driver, but I do make cool media.
Yep. You literally know all the drivers. You take pictures of all. Yeah. I hope that this starts a little bit of a trend. Like, I think it's gonna be cool to see other podcasts start to do media stuff. You know what I mean?
I hope so. It's pretty lonely out there in the infield sometimes.
I've been there. I've definitely been there.
Yeah,
you're just like, you're just like standing there like, this sucks, kind of, you know, like, especially when something happens and you're just like, oh man, how long is this going to take? Do I run back or can I run back?
Oh, if you're not ready and you like start to run and they start grid up again, you're like, fuck, I just missed. Nope, that's it. Done. Stuck out here.
Rich is in the chat, just realizing that Jeff's on. James is looking handsome. I love that. Caitlin, perfect. What is up? Yeah, this is sweet. I love to see when we have these media pods, the fucking chat is always like a bunch of media, you know, and it's just so cool to see the supportive nature of that. I fucking love it. But let's dive into some stuff, man. So first and foremost, I asked you to send 5 of your favorite photos or what, you know, kind of encompasses you know what I mean? Like,
which is the hardest thing in the world. That was torture.
Yep.
I have tens of thousands. And I had to pick 5.
Yeah.
I already hate the 5 that I sent, and I wish I sent 5 different ones.
You know, I'm actually really surprised. Nobody, like, so far, I think it's kind of like they're just like, okay, I sent them. I'm just gonna stick with it, even though I've already changed my mind. But you're like probably like the 4th or 5th person already said that. Like, it keeps changing, you know, it ever changes. So
I look at photos and I edit them and then I hate them and I look back a month later and I was like, oh, that's pretty sick. Why did I ruin that? And the cycle continues.
Yep. No, but that's cool. So you send in 5, and do you also do video, or are you mainly photography?
I do a little bit of video. I shot some video on my DSLRs at 3 events last year, and I totally forgot about it. So I whipped up a cool video over the off season, like a little like music video.
Yeah.
And so I got some editing background, but it's props to the people. Like I know Brian does both. I know Double T Photo, Trent Taylor does both. It's so hard to wrap your mind around switching. I'm figuring that out, but we mainly
I wouldn't be able to do it. There's no way.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why do one, let alone 2.
Oh, you could. Chad. So the fun fact, Chad is actually really good behind a camera. If you give him a camera, he's got the artistic eye. So if somebody was like to set it up to be like, you know, whatever priority is needed in this situation, and then gave him the camera, he's going to get you some cool angles. He's always been like, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you don't have a camera, to be honest.
I love photography and shit like that, but I have so much other shit in my life and so much other things that I spend money on. I don't need another thing. I just can't. Like, I could never put money into like a good DSLR to like try, and then like editing software, which I don't know what I'm doing. It'd just be like a whole.
None of us do. It's fine. We all.
I guess that's fair. Push buttons until it looks cool.
Yep. 100%.
That's funny. Oh, you got Brian. Brian's giving you
great
a camera vibes.
Just put it on my chest. I'll just the whole 24 hours.
This is the one you need. I should hand this one out. My girlfriend got me this.
That is what I would love.
Yes.
Yo, that is so sick. Actually, is that film?
Sick.
It's a film camera.
Wow.
What it does is there's a filter, there's a screen in between the lens and the film that prints all 151 original Pokemon on it. Like, I posted this and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And then my awesome girlfriend got me for Christmas. And so
that's crazy.
I haven't put too many rolls through, but it's like the best thing. I
would love to see pictures go through that. And I would love if you could link me one of those. I will shoot with that for sure. That's so sick.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Also, I still have that camera for you, Chad.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you do. But I don't know how well it's going to go to use. I mean, it looks cool. It's got a big old flash.
EM1? No.
I don't even know. I never played with it.
Dang.
It's not a...
It's a FG20.
Ooh, those are cool. I think those might be like aperture priority only.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Words that I know nothing about.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, I know
fuck that up.
I know this guy is not good though, because I tried to adapt this to my GH5 because I like to use some really old lenses, and it's not good. It needs to be fixed, but it has. I have another lens with it. But yeah, Chad, that's totally yours if you want it. Take it to a camera shop and have them go over it. You know what I mean? Just to like clean it up, and then boom, it's free.
They're pretty simple. I threw a pile of cameras to like talk about, but basically the same thing. This is an FM one.
Oh, cool.
Same era, a little less technology in it, but the old film cameras are super dope.
Yeah, I just think of like wars. I don't know why. You know what I mean? Like I just see like, I don't know, just wars being fought and that camera being used in a war. But
sometimes when I'm like in the hairpin bunker at Club Loose, like that's the closest I'm gonna get to being in war with like, your platoon mates. It's like me and the homies like bunkered down, getting hit by tire pellets and stuff.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's totally fair.
Check it out. No way, it's Dan James the Legend. That's sick. So yeah, let's dive into your photos, man. Cool. I wanna jump into that, and then we have some questions for you. So first we're going to jump into, make sure this is right. Boom.
Nice.
So, and I don't know if there was an order you sent. I usually just mix them up anyway. You know what I mean? So where the fuck was this at?
This is at shameless plug, Staggered Motorsports Festival, which happens at Thompson.
Okay.
It was my favorite weekend out of the entire year to shoot.
Nice.
Like,
yeah.
I got to run around since I do a bunch of photography for Lock City. I kind of got like carte blanche to be like, hey, go run around, go wherever you want, do whatever you want. And they have time attack racing, which was awesome. I don't do a bunch of like racing photography, so that was cool. It's different than drifting.
Yeah.
They did the full road course drifting. They have a giant DJ and a stage. They have a ton of food vendors, and they brought in like the local Team East is who they're called, the BMX team, to put on a demo.
Yeah.
And I think it was the last second they got permission from the track manager to be like, hey, can we like do a backflip over somebody doing a burnout? So this is one of my favorite drivers ever. The guy who I love to ride with, Benny Fizzle on Instagram.
Neat
in
boy.
his
Neat
E36,
boy.
dude, Team Neat. Fucking with a guy doing a backflip
That is sick.
over the car. I'm like, this is the coolest photo I've ever taken. Like, this is awesome. I love it.
Yep. I used to play
That's
a lot
sick.
of Assetto with Benny.
Benny's the man.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I've been wanting to get to Staggered. Staggered looks pretty cool. I always see like all like the Lock City guys go, and I'm just like, man, it sounds like it'd be a good time because it's like car show, drift event.
Yep. It's the whole
here for
weekend now. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The drift demo, full road course drifting. It's so much seat time. It's an absolute blast.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks wild. This is just a sick photo though, capturing that moment. It's pretty rad.
There's a lot to see.
There's a lot. Yeah. It's funny.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's funny that Driver X is saying that, you know, guy on the BMX is clearly Australian. This looks like something that would be happening in Australia, like for sure.
Initially, too.
Yeah, right. Like it's definitely like
the car
like,
just needs a
okay.
blower coming out of the hood, and it would be Australian for sure.
Yep.
It was a great like mix of like all of my friends. Like I come from shooting and skateboarding. I skateboard all the time, and it was like a great mix of the old me that's part of like action sports forever, and then this new motorsports thing that I found a couple years ago, and I was like, let's show the crowd getting into it. And
yeah,
oh, what's that guy's? The guy doing the backflip, his Instagram is like Aaron Falls a lot or something.
What a good name.
That is a good name.
So good.
Good for him.
He jumped on flat like 6 or 7 or 8 people from the crowd.
Oh,
and I was sitting down getting a shot probably like 200 feet away from him. And so I got like a nice angle of him jumping the people. And then I'm looking through my camera and he just points at me. And I was like, oh, it's coming. And so I'm sitting on the ground. And I just duck a little bit and he bunny hops me too. And I was like, oh, that was a cool.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, they put on a great show.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, maybe we'll have to check that out. Maybe, Chad. Yeah,
it seems like it could be cool, even if we don't drive. Like just
exactly.
Go up there.
Yeah,
cool.
go hang and stuff. Fuck right.
All the drifters pit and pit and camp in the oval and in the infield. So it's like it's a big party at night. It's a blast.
That's cool. Yeah, this looks super Australian. I love it.
It's just
mate.
Yeah. Let's check out your next one.
Oh man, this photo is like legendary. I see this photo all the time.
I love it.
James Carver's car. That is James.
Yeah, that's my car right there. Yeah,
that's my car right there.
That's your car before the fire. Crazy.
Yeah, before the fire. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
saw that from a distance.
We didn't.
Nope, sure didn't.
Yeah, this is really good. I love like just depth of field stuff with people, and then you know, cars in the background. That's super cool. And of course, Dennis the Menace. You know what I mean?
Love.
You just feel the energy from Dennis just from the picture.
You can. Yeah. Yep.
You can hear this picture.
Yeah.
Yep.
For
yeah,
sure.
that's actually for sure. Even though he's the lowest toned dude ever talking,
he doesn't look like he would be.
No, nope.
I don't know how he has the energy to do what he does. He's out there dancing on grid for 6 hours straight, no music either. Like,
no,
he's just having the time of his life. And there's people that are like magical, like to capture in photos. Like my friend he's a DJ. He's out of New York. I grew up with him. He's just one of like anything you do. Anytime you take a picture of him, it's perfect. It's great. He's so charismatic. And Dennis is absolutely one of those people. And this is when I shot this, I was like, yep, this is the photo of my last year.
It for sure is. I've seen this photo so many times. Like he's posted it. Everybody's posted this photo. It's pretty iconic from last year. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Funny thing for all you camera nerds, I shot the entire weekend last year of Vibes on JPEG by accident, and this is one of the photos. And a lot of people will be like, "Oh, you need to shoot raw, like you need to like have all the data." And it's just like if you fuck up and you shoot JPEG large, you're good. Digital cameras are amazing. They're so capable to do anything. So it's not really about the camera, the file size, the megapixels. Like you can still make great pictures like this. Accidentally shooting JPEG for 3 days straight and then wanting to hate yourself afterwards. But it worked out.
Yeah. Oh, he's such a look at him. He's so cute. It's kind of neat that you the angle's good too, so you can't really like see you in his glasses.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that would
you know
be
what I mean? Yeah.
I think he's a little bit taller than me. Maybe I'm maybe a little bit down low. But he was just doing his thing on grid, and I'm like, oh, let me go like hang out with Dennis. And I was like, maybe he might tell me to get the hell out of here. But I was like,
No.
he loved it, and he was showing off.
Oh no! If you pull a camera out, he gets extra hype. There's like he's already a 10, and then like he turns to 11 and rips the knob off.
Rips the knob off. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've got a ton of pictures of him at Vibes. Like one of them, he's like holding the radio for grid, like up to somebody in the driver's seat, and it's just, like doing ridiculous things. He's a man.
Yeah, he's super cute. All right, let's check this next one. This is sick,
dude.
Oh, this is a car we tried to roast but couldn't.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, Jay now, dude, his car is awesome.
It's super sick. This is really like this is a mood right here. I feel this.
We had some absolute monsoons last year at Thompson, at Lock City, and it was awesome. Just like being kind of like in the suck, be like, all right, I'm out here like with my rain gear. Be like, this might ruin a lens, this might ruin a camera. It all should be good, and I got a bunch of shots like this, and the rain was so thick. It was coming down. People were losing bumpers and puddles. It was an experience.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely it's crazy. I love to see that like raindrops smashing off of the car and everything too. And you don't see a lot of rain stuff because of, people's gear.
Yep.
Like you got
I wouldn't want to be shooting in the rain.
No.
Ever. Fuck that.
Yeah.
There's even the haze on the ground level because the rain is hitting so hard. It just creates a fog layer over everything. The bottom of this turn that they're headed towards had a lake that the Loch Ness Monster could be in. And then there's another lake on the road course side that I have a bunch of pictures of people hitting that just absolutely explodes like 30 feet in the air when people hit it. It adds another like element to things, which is super cool.
So now are you standing under like the canopy that they usually set up right there on grid?
No, this is down. There's a barrier that we can stand by.
Okay.
So you're kind of shooting up the hill a little bit.
Okay.
And there's absolutely no protection. I'm probably standing in ankle deep water.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you're in the fucking trenches. I love it.
Yeah. But it's cool, like looking around, and I was like, there's nobody else out here. Be like, I've got the cameras that should be not waterproof, but should be very water resistant.
Yeah. Yep.
I got the good camera covers, and I'm like, if I ruin a camera doing this, I'll figure out how to get another one. But for that moment, I was like, I'm standing here getting these shots.
Jeez, I did see a long time ago when I was looking for like cages for my GH5. They made like this cage that had this little extension piece that you could slide in. That was like a tubular umbrella thing for the camera. You know what I mean? Like it was like this canopy that went just over the camera.
Yeah,
and then back. Those I was pretty sick because I was always, not that I don't ever take pictures, but I was always like, man, there'd be so many cool videos if I could get out there in like the pouring rain and just fucking shoot these videos. But yeah.
And if I've shot from this location at this shot, that's Justin Noun. I've shot his car a bajillion times. And it's always so exciting when something new pops into place, whether it's somebody spinning out and just missing somebody, or it's a monsoon, or it's a lightning storm or something. Who knows? But it always adds that something extra that makes it that much more exciting.
Now that it come to think of it, does it? And Brian said something too. He's like, same. It was the entire season talking about
every time I saw people post, it was just a fucking.
Is it rain there a lot?
Downpour.
It normally doesn't. It was funny. Every time Brian and I were at the same event, it rained. I think every single time last year, it was just him and I just standing out somewhere, like just being drenched. Yeah, I think it rained for 2 out of the 4 Street Series events at Thompson. It rained when we both went to Palmer. We just got hammered with rain in New England last year, I think.
Yeah. I've only been there once, and it rained, and it sucked.
That was for final bout that year?
Yeah.
Yep. That was another rainy one. Normally, it's not bad. Like the past couple years, I think it's been pretty good, but we got some. And it's not even just like, oh, it's a rainy day. It's like, it's a month. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. I definitely want to take that trip again, but maybe I'll wait and we'll check the weather this time.
Yeah.
Because that would suck. But
it's a good time.
Yeah, I can't drive in the rain. I fucking suck. I'm the worst. I can't drive in the dry, let alone the,
That's why you should drive in the rain. So
I know.
For driving in the rain.
I did the last RSD that it rained. I remember I was like the only one that was out there trying to practice.
Yeah, I do need rain practice.
Yeah.
Special stage this year. It's gonna be all rain.
Don't do that. Don't put your hate. Don't put that hate on me.
That's the type of negativity
hate.
I don't need in my life.
No. All right, let's check this next one. This is
This
more
is cool.
vibes, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Another one from Vibes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is cool because you zoom, like you're instantly drawn to the center, but then when you really look at where you're at in the bunkers and stuff, it's like super sweet, like it's like two pictures in one.
It
Even though
needs
the other
like
stuff's
a
out.
caption, like a cheesy caption of like sometimes you have to be looking where everybody else isn't.
Yeah.
The media guys looking directly at me,
Right.
but I'm sitting in the back of that Ford F-150.
Oh, their shitty truck. That
Yeah.
thing sucks.
Yeah.
I had to drive that thing. That thing is terrible.
Yep.
Sure, yeah. And it was like, it gets boring out there sometimes. Like the same cars, the same laps. I'm like, when you get to that point
Yeah.
in the Vibes layout, you're kind of trapped there a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, am I gonna sit in the hot sun? But I was like, all right, let's experiment. Like, what can I do? I shot a bunch of photos off the back of this, which is also like chrome. It was dented and shitty, and I was like, there's a mirror on the other side that probably would look pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
So it took me a bunch of times of like sitting down, shooting photos, and then getting up, adjusting the mirror. And I'm sure a bunch of people were like, what is this guy doing? But
Yeah.
I got a bunch of cool shots and it turned out pretty sweet.
Yeah. That's sick.
I'm actually jealous that you don't have a shot of my car like that. When I saw that, I was like, damn, that's fucking cool.
I might. I have a ton. Shoot me
Like
a DM
nobody-
on Instagram and I'll go through them and look because
All right.
I shot 6,500 photos that day, and like who knows what I got. I can only just post and edit so many.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. That's wild. Yeah, that's cool. I love to see out of the norm. You know what I mean? Like taking a risk, and then honestly, I think almost any risk always pays off. There's something neat and artistic about it, even if it's kind of a fail. I mean, you're still capturing something with it. You know what I mean? And I love to see this kind of stuff.
You have to warm up like when you shoot photography too. Like it's a thing where like the first hour or like the first day of your trip, like those are never gonna be the best photos. I usually like end up at Lock City, like going to the tech bay. And it's all my friends teching cars, getting the cars teched, and so we're being goofy, and I can like play around and stuff, and like kind of remember how to do this again, even though it was only a month ago I was doing it. And then usually I don't use any of those photos, but it kind of gets you in the groove for the rest of the day.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. This is sick. I love to see it. Let's check out the next one,
dude.
Damn, this looks like it should be in a magazine.
You can't go wrong with flying cars.
No. Yeah, this is wild. This is definitely capturing a sick moment.
This was the first year. This is 2022 New England Forest Rally.
Okay.
And John Grew, who runs half of Lock City.
I know Grew. Yep.
Dude, Grew's one of my favorite human beings in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Big rally guy. He's had cars. He's driven New England Forest Rally. He's crewed for people. He's spectated. He's done everything but shoot media. And he kept telling me about rally, and I was like, dude, bring me to a rally. and it's the coolest experience in the world. I was blown away. This Ken Block is launching over 100 feet, going 80 miles an hour. Like it's flat out, and in the air and hitting the ground. His foot doesn't come off the gas.
Yeah,
and he's there and gone. And I'm shooting like 7 frames a second, and I think I have like 3 photos of him going fast.
Damn.
And it's a surreal experience. It's kind of a bummer they're not running it this year, but hopefully it should be back for next year. Any photographer who likes motorsports, who thinks like tree turn at Club Loose is gnarly, needs to go to Concord Pond. It will absolutely blow your mind, the cool shit that happens. And I'm hooked, dude. It's an adventure. It's a scavenger hunt in the woods, going to find race cars and camping out. And there's so many cool people, dude. Rally is awesome. I'm glad I got to include this, something a little bit different than drifting to show everyone.
No,
this is so cool.
Yeah,
like,
this is really
I've
cool.
always wanted to attend a rally event. I've never been to one. I just don't know where they are or when.
Dude,
it don't seem like there's a lot. Like, yeah, they don't seem to happen in the US as much as they do the rest of the world. But I would love to go and just stand 2 feet away from a car that's doing $120 through a lane and a half dirt road. Like it'd be pretty rad.
It's like a quick process of how you get to this spot is in New England Forest Rally. This is on the Concord Pond stage. It's the big jump. It's like the big showcase stage where you have to like camp out the night before at your campsite, wake up at 6 o'clock, drive to this, and the rally starts at maybe like 11. You have to get to your spot like 3 hours early to be able, because there's so many people like end up congregating there, and then you're all just waiting. You're hanging out with people, and once all the official cars go by, you guys, there's so much anticipation, and then you just hear like angry bees in the woods, and you're like, "Is that what's that? What's that?" And all of a sudden, and then somebody's here and gone, and it's the coolest thing ever.
That's wild. That's a lot of commitment just to get a photo.
Yeah, and you're in the middle of the woods. Like, bring water, bring snacks, bring whatever you want, because you're a couple hours from civilization, and you get the really cool guys in these pro-built Rally 1 cars, WRC cars, whatever. And then like as it goes down the chain, you get the guy in like the Volkswagen Beetle with a homemade cage that barely passed tech that's trying to catch air over the jump.
That's James.
Right.
Yeah, right. There's different levels to the rally drivers, and it's super cool.
That is pretty cool. So now, how far away were you from this, and like what lens is this? Like a?
This was the 70 to 200 on my Nikon D780, which is a full frame camera. So I'm pretty sure this is cropped in quite a bit because we got there kind of late this year. And I was kind of forced to be at the bottom of the jump.
I gotcha.
So, but it did make for this cool angle. This year when I went, I made sure I got there in time to be at the top of the jump to get shots of them coming over the crest in the background, and then switch lenses and get them in the middle. So I'm probably like 200 or 300, maybe 200 feet away. But from the top of the jump, they're landing 120 feet down the jump, and then hitting a corner right next to it. And I'm on like the outside of that corner. So I'm also like, hugging next to a tree for dear life if you lose control, something is
right.
You're putting a lot of trust in those drivers if you're standing right next to them, that's for sure.
There's a lot of people that push it really far, and it makes me really nervous. And I'm like, is it really worth it for your Instagram or your social media to like to cheat a little bit closer? And it's like, it's cool and all, but like coming from a motorsports background of like rules, you're out in the middle of the woods. There's a marshal that could yell at you, but they can't get to you if they're across the stage. You can do whatever you want, really.
I did see a video of somebody like see how like they had the cell phones out. I did see a video of like a mirror or something hitting a kid's hand. It like broke his hand and everything. His phone was fucked, but like it was cool because like leading up to it, it's like, you know, you see it and it's just like, bah, you know, like done. The video footage is done. It was super sick.
It's Rally. I encourage everybody. SCPR is in Pennsylvania. I think it's the same weekend as Vibes. So I'm not hitting that this year, but next year I'm trying to get like all my media friends that see these photos, like grab a campsite, grab some tents, and be like, let's go in the woods for 3 days and go shoot cars. Like
that's cool too, and like let other people experience something, you know, new. That's really cool. You
can't like stumble across a rally like you might stumble across like a race course. Like you get the maps, and there's like coordinates, and you get the rally driver notes, and you're like, I don't know how to read these. And I had it planned out. I had Google Maps printed out because there's no service out there, so you got to make sure you have physical maps to get from one stage to the next. And
holy shit,
it's a scavenger. It's the coolest experience ever.
Yeah, that's wild. And I think that does it for year 5. So that's sick. That was a really good one to end on too. Cool. I really like that.
I'm glad I got to sneak that in there.
Super sick. So now we get to jump into the questions.
Cool.
And let me pull them up because I am not prepared right now. I'm just kidding.
James, nice slides.
Look at James. He looks like that, like fucking, like the guy that's like sitting in the corner just pulling on the lamp, you know, while he's doing something really creepy. Oh, did you get the 326 ones?
Yeah, you did.
Oh shit! Yeah, snap. From Mr. Mac, hooking that up. Show the camera.
Dang.
On the side, it says 25th anniversary edition.
Oh.
Damn, aren't you fucking cool?
What are you doing wearing those, man? Keep them nice.
Giving them to me. That's
sick. Sick. All right, Dan, let's jump into these questions. What made you want to take media?
I've been shooting skate photos forever.
Sick.
And that's what I did growing up. I was never the guy jumping down 12 sets of stairs. I was never the guy doing the sick tricks, I was always like, my contribution to my friends can be grabbing a camera, can be making the cool stuff and being creative that way.
Yeah.
And I think it was in 2021 or 2020, I can't forget. It might have been 2020, where I was like, all my friends have cars. Let me do like let's do a car photo shoot. Let me start like working out this photography thing. I got a camera. Thinking back, I thought I knew what I was doing with the camera. Had no idea. And my friend John Evans was like, dude, come to Thompson, come to Lock City. And I was like, okay, no idea about drifting, no idea about anything else. And I brought my camera. He took me for some ride-alongs. I thought we were going to die the whole time.
Yep.
And then I saw the media guys in the infield, and I was like, okay, that's way cooler than being on the other side of the fence. How do I do that? And people are like, just sign up on the website and go do it. And so I paid for one entry to Lock City Drift, and then every single other time has been comped for media. So that's
nice.
I've been doing it ever since. And then from there, I was like, oh, there's Club Loose. There was Nedco up in New Hampshire Motor Speedway. There's Lebanon Valley Drift. And so I've been bouncing around, having fun, being creative ever since then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sick. I did want to bring this comment up because I think you're in trouble.
Dora, that's my girlfriend, Amber. She
put
unsubscribe beginning of the video.
Oh, I take more pictures of my cat than anything.
100%.
Yep, I love it. No, that's cool. And then, so how long have you actually been shooting?
So I've been shooting motorsports events since the middle of 2020, I believe it was.
Okay.
I've been shooting skate photos since who knows when. I think I picked up my mom's point and shoot film camera when I was like 11 and would bring it around to zoos and things. And so just always been naturally gravitated towards taking pictures ever since I would shoot film photos on my dad's old Canon SLR, bike to CVS, drop them off at the 1 hour photo, pick them back up, bring them back to my computer and upload them to MySpace or whatever it was at the time.
Let's bring it back.
I know I had a Zanga at one point.
I had a fucking Zanga.
I had a Zanga.
My dick was out on my Zanga for 3 months and nobody realized. I 100% swear to, I don't believe in Jesus. But I swear on my 8.6.
That's incredible.
We'll save that for, remind me, I'll tell you that funny story. Because remember,
I can't wait.
Yeah, I would love to know what was on my Zanga. And again, it's probably better that it's lost forever.
Yes, yeah, mine was horrible. I don't even want to. Yeah, mine was
probably
absolutely horrible.
So cringy.
But MySpace was probably even cringier because that was my death metal music phase. So I was definitely doing like lame.
I love that for you.
Yeah, it was pretty lame.
My MySpace was like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac themed. If you ever read that comic by Jonah Vasquez. The guy
who have like the music, like the theme music and everything too.
Oh yeah, like it blasts your speakers without you wanting it to. Yeah,
I love that stuff. Yeah, that's funny. God, I want MySpace back.
MySpace. Give me a top 5.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. All right.
That's where everybody learned how to code CSS and websites. That's why I know how to do website stuff now because it all started on MySpace.
And who your real friends are, you know?
Right.
Tom. Yeah.
Hey, it's Jeff. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, it's Jeff. Sorry. I was really hungry. And I had to get the second pizza. So
oh my.
That's pizza number 2.
Dude.
James filling in for me.
All right. So Dan, what camera gear are you shooting with? Like what's your main stuff too? I want to know like your main.
I got both right here. I shoot with This is a Nikon D500 with a 70-200 f2.8 on it.
Okay.
So a 70-200 is your basic motorsports. Like it's good for basically the half of the track you're shooting from.
Right.
And the D500, I know you guys have talked about this a little bit before, is a crop sensor. So it turns this 200 millimeter into effectively a 300 millimeter, giving you more range.
Yeah.
Shout out to John Grew, who I thought everybody who takes good photos is a full frame. And he was like, no, go check out the D500. If anybody's looking to pick up a great motorsports camera, the D500, you can get them for like $800. Slap a lens on it. You get a good amount of reach on it. And it's a absolutely phenomenal camera. And then I have a D780 with a 24-70 on it.
Okay.
This is full frame, so that's actually 24 millimeters and actually 70 millimeters.
Yeah.
And that's for all the wide angle stuff.
Right.
And
Yeah, hell yeah.
I have an old 80s Nikon 20 millimeter lens for film cameras that has an awesome focal range, and you don't need to focus if you use zone focusing. And that's what I'll use on this camera, hanging out of cars for like in-car stuff.
Yeah.
So that combination gets me pretty much everything.
Right.
You should be shooting with that Pokemon camera more.
Everything.
I need
like everything. That needs to be the primary source of your media.
I put a roll of film or two through it, and then I got it developed, and it's sitting in my gigantic pile of film to scan and edit, which never gets any smaller.
Oh, that's funny. Let's top 3 favorite memories doing media.
Oh, jeez.
From what we already saw, there's some pretty good ones already in that. So
yeah, top 3 favorite memories. I would say New England Forest Rally, going there for the first time. Even though I was media, but I wasn't. I got a media pass, but I wasn't shooting for anybody. That had to be one of the top times. I have an awesome shot of this guy in was it an R34 going around Thompson in the turns 1 and 2. I think it's called a late apex turn. So when you run it backwards, it's like a swooping turn that just ends in a 90. And he hit the guardrail, like just straight into the guardrail. And I just happened to be there shooting photos, and I have all the bits and stuff going flying.
Yeah.
Right hand drive, super expensive car, and he's still driving it. The cage kept him good.
Nice.
That's a memorable moment.
Carnage, even though I don't love to see it, I love to see it.
Right?
Like
it breaks your heart, but it makes for a great photo.
Oh God, I love it.
That's why I like Wreck.
Yeah, that's why James
to make you happy. Literally here just to make you happy. You know what I mean?
You know what, James? That means a lot. I appreciate. Keep going too. You know, keep
You're doing really well, buddy.
Keep doing your
really
thing.
Well.
This year at BMI, shooting in the stadium with the Flames.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
That was an awesome experience. Last we had at Thompson, the guys who run Lock City put on an overland rally. So I got to shoot some off-road vehicles, and there was a lightning storm in the sky the night before we were camping out. So I got to set up some really long exposures of Thompson Speedway with a bunch of like lightning in the sky.
Yeah.
So normally I'm taking like these hardcore focused photos of crazy action, and then I got to spend an hour taking these really cool photos of the racetrack at nighttime with nobody there.
Yeah.
And then anytime Brian's there, we're hanging out.
Oh, I love media love. I love when other, you know, it's a shame when like any group from drifters to media like have like any weird beef or think that they're better than anybody, because
like our team.
Well, you know, that's you guys. That's not
like me and James.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. You know what Brian said to me like today, I'm pretty sure, or yesterday? He's like, dude, like, can't wait to see you guys at Vibes like this year. Like now that we're all buds. I was like, that's actually why I'm not coming. So
that's so funny.
I think my favorite part about helping out running media at Lock City, I can see it across the room, but I forgot to bring it over here, is we do a yearbook at the end of every year.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's like 120-page physical book that I get to curate and design.
Yeah, that's sick, dude.
So it's like all the regular media at Lock City that show up for all the events, and then like people that impress me, people that I know have been putting in work, people that I get to see put in the improvement. I get to include them in that book for something that's physical. I love physical media. It's way better than just scrolling past it on your phone.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of great photographers like Raf, who's at Spanish English on Instagram, does like this series called Stand By Your Machine, and it's the driver standing by their car.
Oh, that's cool too.
You get some people doing headstands on their car.
Yeah.
You get some people standing in the trunk. You get some people like doing crazy stuff. Some people stand there awkwardly, but it really like puts together
Bunch of characters. Yeah.
Right,
James would be
With
good at that. I
Yeah.
feel. He'd be really good at standing by his car.
So that's
That's
something I get
normally
to
what
show
he's doing anyway because it's broken. But
Yeah.
I'm like putting a fire out or laying under it generally, but you know.
But it's cool. People do
Goodbye.
those segments for themselves over the course of the
Hi,
season.
everyone.
And
yeah. Bye,
Bye, Jeff.
James. Bye, the
Bye,
real
guys.
James. Thanks for coming by.
I'll come do a takeover soon.
Yep. Haze the world. 420 blaze it.
oh, one of my great photos from last year. I have that haze pile up photo. From
Oh,
Bloodmaster.
don't
Oh,
bring that up.
man.
That's a sore subject for them boys.
Look at That was wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, he's gone now. What are we bringing up?
Yeah, let's talk about some haze bull. No. That's so funny. Oh, no, that's sick. Speaking of that, you said you know that was like a really cool event to shoot at. Do you have any dream events?
Do I have any dream events? I
Just
don't
like
know.
one event that you're like, I want to go do that.
I could say like at the Long Beach that they do on the streets would be super cool. But like none of my friends would be there. Like I wouldn't be shooting
Yeah.
photos of my teammates.
Right.
So I
Mhm.
like to think like not to plug you guys, but Vibes is like the best weekend to shoot. It's so much seat time. It's so much friends. It's so
Mhm.
much time out there on track. And it's,
Mhm.
that's one of my favorite events of the years is Vibes.
We hear that a lot, and I think we hear that because it's also like besides the drivers coming together and the spectacle, it is a lot of media family. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you can
A lot of us.
It's I see
It's a vibe.
it. There you go, Chad. Just you know
Shut
what?
the
That's
fuck up, Chad. That is so fucking stupid.
Oh, wait.
I hope your fucking house burns down.
That's really
Jeez.
rude.
That is really. Oh, look at that.
Hey.
That's
You're,
ironic.
you're a cliche, like the biggest cliche.
I love it. We missed you, James.
James, I hope your polisher breaks and you can't polish anything ever again.
Ooh, he's doing it all by hand. Yeah, I love the vibe because like even like in the media meeting, like I jumped into that one last year and I haven't done it yet because usually like Daxton does. I mean, not usually. He always fucking kills it.
Daxton's great.
He kills it. But I wanted to like just give more appreciation, you know what I mean, to everybody that comes out because it means so much to us. And that like I could just feel love. You know what I mean? Like I'm just sitting there spewing word vomit and everybody's like listening and actually, you know, involved and like paying attention and just I don't know, there was a lot of like cool camaraderie between all the media the whole weekend and it's fucking cool to see.
It's a bigger event and it's kind of a little more central than events over on the East Coast. So a lot of photographers there I get to see, I get to meet. And like Pharaoh Photo, Jordan.
Yep.
He was there. I'm like, that dude's super rad. And got to see him and a couple people I get to see, meet, hang out with that you would never do it because you're 16 hours away or 8 hours away.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just super cool. That's how it is for some of the drivers too. They get to jam with their boys that are like 10 hours away, you know? James, are you typing on like an old like wooden mechanic like like
Is it really can you hear this?
Yes.
No,
is
not at all.
not.
Not even a little bit. It's really fake.
Oh shit! I didn't even try to send all that. That was.
Wonder if I can reduce your
no. I'll just.
Noise. And now he's muted.
Perfect. James is so good at computers. It's incredible.
He's really
that
good.
guy in the company meeting.
No, he's.
That's
he
me.
Oh yeah, he is.
How about now?
Yep,
It's perfect, James.
We still hear it, and that's fine. All right. Some quick advice for anybody that wants to get more media of their car.
So I have an awesome answer for this because I saw you guys asked it for somebody else, and I think there's four main ways if you want a photo from me. One is to be my friend. If you're my friend, I don't care what you're driving. I don't care how much you're driving. I'm like, that's my friend. I'm taking pictures of you doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
At Staggered, which was 3 days, I was super focused on the road course and A group, and I was walking by the skid pad, and I saw Ethan, Matt Brown's husband. What is it?
James, what the fuck?
What's happening? What happened?
Is there a
Stop
tornado?
moving.
Yeah.
Is it that
Stop
bad?
moving.
All I did was move it like this.
Okay.
Stop moving.
Stop
moving everything.
It's a condenser mic. It picks up everything, James.
Well, I was looking at it. It says it's only supposed to be picking up the stuff on the front side of it.
That's
This
not
is
how that
bullshit. I'm going
Sound
home.
travels pretty far.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck sound,
And
man. That shit's
vibration
whack.
travels too. We are professionals.
Anyways, I'll be back here like normal. Go ahead.
I love this. I love it.
So what? Okay, so be my friend.
Yep.
If you're my friend, I'm shooting photos and giving you photos. Like it's super easy. A lot of people I've never met come up, introduce themselves to me, and I'm like, oh, this dude's rad, and you get a couple photos in that event album.
Yeah.
You can be driving awesome if you're just like shredding. Then lots of tire smoke, great close tandems. That's gonna make for awesome photos. If you're not an awesome driver, you better be driving something awesome.
Yeah. Yep. I like that one too.
Yeah. There was a dude at one of the Lock City events who's driving a Ford Pinto.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, that's rad. There was like a C7 Corvette, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Like, never seen one of those. That's way too expensive for this. But
different. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. And then you can pay me if you pay me money.
I was waiting for that.
I hope shoot your photos of you. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. It's that easy.
No, that's good. It's good advice. It's cool because it's different than what we've gotten before. You know what I mean?
I wasn't going to talk about this because I was just going to let it go, but you brought it up, and it might not be the same guy. There's a guy that made a post about, oh my god, and Steve's in here fucking talking about it too.
Yeah, the C7.
Oh my god. So
about?
This guy said something about having a C7 Corvette, and Dan, I did not meet you already. So hi, Dan, I'm James.
Hey, what's up?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I was not here. That was the other James. But he made a post on Facebook about how he has this C7 Corvette, and he needs to stop posting about it and pictures and videos of it drifting because now other people are also drifting C7 Corvettes. And he has been, he called me for it. Oh my God, Steve. So he's like, I bought this car and started building this. He didn't actually, he called everyone poor. He's like, his whole thing was like, I wanted a C7 Corvette because 99.9% of drifters can't afford one. And now there's 3 other people drifting them. And I was like, what the fuck? And he went on to compare this when people being like, okay, so you don't like more aftermarket parts or like support for your platform? And he was like, well, let's all just fuck the same girl while we're at it. I'm like, what? What's happening?
James, can you link me this?
I was gonna say we should get a link going for that. Is that?
No, I'm not doing that on here. I'll send you guys, but
yeah. I would love to see it.
Honestly, I'm not. I don't even know the guy. I'm not trying to fight him.
I'm not trying to fight him.
I'm trying to fight him, but
he called you poor, James. It's fine.
That's
oh my God, I had a good laugh.
I don't know. He doesn't have a TV in his trunk though.
You're fucking right.
Yeah, no, that's funny.
I don't know anything about Corvettes. I don't know what C it was, but it looked way fancier than anything else. I've seen out there.
So it was probably because you're northeast, right? Because I also missed all that conversation. Yeah, he's up in like New Hampshire, some shit. So
maybe it was him.
I wish I could call somebody poor. I need an expensive drift car. Fuck.
Oh, Brian saying he deleted the post. That's
my God, it's all good. I got screenshots.
Okay, that's always what happens. We'll do that on the next pod. That's great. That's so funny. Oh man.
Oh, fuck.
No, anyway, very, very good advice. Yeah, so get a C7 vet and you're gonna get photos.
Go get a decent credit score and pay $1,200 a month, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so funny. And that your home track is
Thompson.
That's what I thought. And you said you're like really close to it, like an hour and a half, right?
Less than that, like an hour and a half.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah.
That's
beautiful
up there.
Beautiful place. And I've seen a bunch of people already in the chat talking about you driving. So do you already, or do you want to get behind the wheel yourself?
So this is something I was hoping for you guys to bring up. I made the terrible mistake of buying a G35 last fall.
Nothing wrong with that because it's just.
How many doors does it have?
2.
We do like the 4 doors, but I actually like the 2 doors too. There's nothing wrong with that. Our favorite thing is media starting to drift.
Yeah,
so
we love it.
everyone was like, oh, just pick up a G35, coilovers, weld the diff, get a seat, and go fucking send it.
Right.
I've been working on this car for like 6 or 7 months,
Oh,
like
no.
spending insane amounts of money, like in so
Mhm.
much time, relying on so many friends. It's fucking hard. It's not easy. What you guys do out there with these cars, with these engine swaps and like haul techs and exhaust, like that is crazy. I'm just getting a car running to
Mhm.
go spin out in the skid pad and C group.
Aw.
And anything anybody has to do with a car is way harder. It takes way more effort, way more skill. Like I'm blown away by the simple things that I think, like somebody in a Z out there.
Mhm.
People are like, oh, he's just got a Z, and now I'm like prepping the basic G35 in the world, and I'm like, this is so much fucking work. This is so much.
Aw.
Like,
But that'll get you the most seat time ever.
yeah.
Yep.
So
Hopefully
you have a
this will pay off.
G35? Is that something I missed or something you just said for the first time?
I just said it for the first time.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Is that like the media guys go to? I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
That's
Yo,
true.
there's
Paxton has one.
has
Jackson
a G35
has
too.
one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the only other person I know. with a,
Steve.
But yeah, he's got a G35. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Scott
from-
Scott Hastings.
Yep, that's true.
going
So-
from shooting photos and making a bunch of friends
Mhm.
to picking up a car. John Evans, the guy who brought one of my great friends from high school, brought me to our first drift event, helped me go trailer a G35 home from some sketchy
Aw.
guy in a Home Depot parking lot.
Nice.
And I've had people offer parts to me for free.
Yep.
I've had people hook me up with parts for super cheap. I'm using John's knowledge and his expertise, and I'm and gratefully indebted to him for hooking me up with this. People have been like
Yeah.
throwing stuff at me, giving me advice. Like the community that like the first time people saw me changing tires, they were so pumped just to see me.
That's so sick. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, it's great. It's really cool to see. Like, and then to see like the change and like your excitement level. Like that's why one of my favorite things ever is to teach drifting. Like when we
Yeah.
do clinics and stuff, it is so rewarding to see you come back after you like just fucking got it and the excitement on your face. It's just like it's super sick.
Shout out
Super
like
sick.
Taylor, part of Nacho Cheese. He's from the upstate New York. He drives a green Cressida like a madman. Dude was the first one to be like, I'm putting you in my car and you're gonna go spin out and you're gonna go.
Oh, that's so
and
cool.
And so I was like, this is way too much power, money, like
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And like, you can't hurt the car. Go have fun. And so like that's the experience of everybody around me, like kind of lifting me up to help me get in a car to go do some skids is super cool to see.
No,
I'm
that's
pumped to get out there for a couple C group sessions.
fuck yeah, dude. And you're just gonna progress. And I mean, and then you're gonna be like, hey, did anybody get any photos of my car?
Half
Shout
an hour
out,
after the event is over.
Yeah.
Nate Farley, one of the new media guys at Lock City, saw me in line for like one of my first times to go to the skid pad for C group. And he was like, I got you. He's like, God. I was like, yes. So he sent me a photo and I printed it out and I put it on my wall of like totally stock G35 coupe, just like probably like spinning out or not doing the right thing.
Yeah, but the oh shit, Dan and I are starting a drift team. Vibes 2025. The spin outs sometimes look the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like max angle, like some.
If you catch it at the right time, you look like you're shredding.
Right. Yeah.
C group. You have to get them right before they just get over center and spin out. I'm like, you're fucking killing it.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, they don't know. That's funny. Any advice for upcoming media?
Oh man.
Could be something simple. You know what I mean? Just
cool.
like
yeah,
right. Just
don't go charging people $1 bajillion for photos. Like give back to the people driving before you start charging money. When I first showed up to Lock City, I was like, oh, these are all professional drivers. They all have a ton of money. Like you have to have all this. And like, no, these guys are pinching pennies to pay for diesel to get to the track.
Right.
Like, and so like just have the mindset to go have fun, go make friends. No one's out there for the money. And just go create, go be cool. Don't be that guy breaking the rules. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Watermarking with these gross photos and charging $20 a download. Like you can do whatever you want. It's your photos, but making friends and making connections in grassroots racing and grassroots drifting is going to go way farther than the $20 an event you make off your watermarked photos.
No, that makes sense. That's good advice. I think honestly, it always comes down to just becoming part of that community.
100%.
Like you just need to get into the community and make sure you're not a dick. Don't be a dick. That's
dick.
like, yeah.
No dicks allowed.
No, not even your real one. Cut that shit
Leave
off.
it at home. You don't need it.
Nobody wants to see that.
No.
Unless you're on Damien Zanga from 2002.
It's true. I can't wait to tell that story. But anyway, tune in next week, Tuesday, to hear about my dick being out on Zanga.
Where Damien gets canceled.
Yeah,
I heard it. I was on my phone.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I was just like 6 seconds behind you guys.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I've been canceled. That's what happens when you hit over 40. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Like, 40?
No, I'm saying you can do whatever you want. I found it.
It's like being an old person. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yep. They're like, he's old as fuck. It's cool. You know what I mean?
It's just funny. Let's laugh.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Any shout outs?
Shout out Lock City for always helping me out, always working with me, letting me take rad photos, helping out with their media. Shout out the whole Nacho Cheese Drift team, the guys from upstate New York, Matt Brown, Jordan, Taylor, and anybody else who ends up being in whatever group of friends that we're calling Nacho Cheese at the moment.
What a great team name, by the way.
They're all really, really nice people.
It's all about going and having fun. We're not like, that's it.
Yeah.
If it's not fun, we're not doing it.
Right.
Nice.
And shout out to all you drivers doing all this insane hard car things that I've been quickly learning that are, it's magic and impossibilities to go make your car.
You'll be there.
Do the thing on the track. So
You'll
shout
be
out
there.
to all you guys doing cool.
Honestly, one day you're going to be out there and it's just going to go, it just snaps so quick. And then all of a sudden it's like you look back and you're like, holy shit. Like, I don't even remember spinning out. You know what I mean? Like it happens like that. It's really, really weird. And it's a really cool moment too.
I'm saying it here. I'm not going to stop shooting media. I'm going to stay creative. I don't want to go full-time drifter. I want to drive my car. I want to just be able to go get some laps with the boys. And I really enjoy taking photos. I really enjoy being a support to the community in that way.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing ever.
We like to hear that too. No, that's cool. Yeah. Don't give up your art. You know what I mean?
Absolutely not.
If anything, you can just grow it. You know what I mean? Like you can now, especially while you're driving, you're going to pick up different things or like, just ideas. It's going to manifest. It's really
camera
sick.
car is going to be big in like 2027, maybe.
Oh yeah.
We'll see when I get there.
Honestly, Barry from Digital Adrenaline has been like talking about it. And I know he did a couple camera car things and getting sketchy out there. So I like the idea. I think we need more of that at all the events. So yeah, camera car that shit up.
Grew and Andy Lenz strapped their cameras to the front of his RX-7 at Staggered. And that was the first time last year where in my recent memory, we've been drifting the full road course and the first time I ever had a camera car on the track, and they got some amazing footage. They got some amazing photos, and it's just so much cool to have the extra element of being able to drive as well as being able to shoot.
Yeah. And it's cool because we have the technology. Like I know I could put my camera, like my GH5, I could stick somewhere and then control it with my phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cool. Like it's really neat to be able to like just, do everything. Whoa, we got Cheez-Its coming in now
show
too.
My dog, and you're just looking at my Cheez-Its, but
hey Dan, cool. We really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, I appreciate you guys.
This was a good time.
Hey, great name, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I like it a lot.
Fantastic name.
I like it a lot. That's fucking great. Yeah, we really do appreciate you coming on. You have any questions for us or anything? Just out of curiosity, or do you anything else you wanna plug?
I don't think so. Shout out to all the other media guys, all the other drivers. Daxton, don't forget my Vibes media application.
There you go. That's a good plug.
That's a good plug.
Yeah, and I'll see you guys up there.
Fuck right. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
We got Alex waiting in the back here. Dan, again, thank you so much.
Great having me.
We're gonna say goodbye, and I'm sure we're gonna see you soon.
Cool.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Thanks,
all right, buddy. Have a great night, dude.
See you, dude.
See ya.
All right, who was that guy?
His name was Jeff from Team Hayes.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. He can still hear me, I think.
I love that you were like just in the background doing your thing.
That was great.
You ate 2 pizzas on this pod.
You did.
Well, to be fair, Jeff had 2 slices. So.
Yeah, but that's still almost 2 pizzas. And now you're eating cheeses. Damn, James, come on.
Yeah,
it's a hungry day.
You're just a fucking endless pit, and I love it.
He's
Hey,
taking my position over.
Yeah, you stopped eating as much, and James is like the vacuum. I love that.
Yep.
I used to every single time we would go out to dinner and Chad was there, if I couldn't eat anything, like if I couldn't finish it, he'd eat it. And I'm like, why do I look this way and you look this way? I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, let's jump into our next guest. So we're doing 2 now per media episode, and I think this format works better because we get more time with each guest, and I think every media deserves that. Now, granted, our last couple pods that we did the 3 on, nobody was like left out or anything, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's just a better attention span for everybody in the chat. And
fucking CDC's calling me right now.
Wait, what is CDC?
The Center for Disease Control. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, it might be Rich.
It's Rich. He's like, sorry, man, I'm stuck at work.
Guys, I know Tony's truck just started on fire, but there's a new COVID strain. All right. Anyway, hey, we're gonna get sidetracked. We're having too much fun tonight. This is awesome. I'm loving this pod. I'd like to introduce. I could not pronounce his last name, and we're gonna ask him how to pronounce it because
can we try to pronounce it before he
do you want me to?
Yes. That's okay. And he can hear us right now. So, Alex, when you get in, do not pronounce your last name. Let us try to pronounce your last name. But we'd like to welcome Mr. Alex
Gutfleish.
Good old fish.
And those are, I'm thinking, I don't even know.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. What background is it?
It's German. And Chad,
nice.
Chad, you are not far off with the pronunciation. It's Gutfleish.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's awesome.
Go take your gold star, buddy.
Yeah,
hell yeah, I'll take that one. I don't get that many W's on this podcast, so I'll take that for sure.
That is true. That is very true. That is true. Welcome to the Pile Up Podcast, and appreciate your patience there. Of course, James, and we got a little excited in the beginning. We usually don't start off the media pods like that long into some craziness, but
sorry, that was my fault.
No, it was fun. I love the random shit that happens. It makes everything super fucking funny. Wait a minute. We got Rio saying you have a cute cat as well.
Yes, I do. I had to put her away because
that's fine. That's fine.
Invariably, she'll hop up onto the counter and make her presence known because heaven forbid she doesn't can't live without attention for more than 5 minutes.
Oh, I love cats so much.
Wait a minute, am I right?
She's a black cat, so double trouble.
Yep, black cat things. It's one of my favorite. Like, I don't actually like the TikTok stuff, but there's an account on there that just takes his like black cat and then it forms it into different things.
Oh,
like,
it's so funny.
So funny. It's definitely it's super good. But anyway, thanks for coming on. We want to get into hell yeah, we're all about this. We love giving back to the media, so we appreciate all the guys and girls that are out there in the field, doing the damn thing. So I want to jump into your photos and then we're going to get into the questions and we'll just rock and roll.
All right, let's get it.
First and foremost, bang. Let me move you here with James. So if we have any,
I'll be down here.
All right. So this was from the first media event I covered, which was last year. This was from Independence Moves. And the reason why I picked this picture is tandems, specifically at Englishtown, are really, really hard to capture because of how tight the turns are. And also panning is a little bit difficult. So this is in the black BMW is Chris from Front Street. And then there's his buddy Josh, also Front Street. Yeah, before he made his car beautiful for Final Bout, probably to wreck another piece of fiberglass again.
And he did.
And the trans and everything else on the car.
So the reason why I picked this one was, again, it was my first event as media at Club Loose, and that was my first event ever.
That's awesome.
And I actually have to give a little bit of a tribute to both Chris and his girlfriend, Lexi. Lexi's a coworker of mine, and she's the whole reason why I got into this whole thing in the first place. So this is just a little tribute to them for that. Chris doesn't really drive all that much. I don't think he even trailers that car. I think he drives it from Staten Island across the bridge.
Wow.
Drives a couple laps and then gets the heck off the track because he doesn't want to wreck it, and then he drives it home.
Yeah.
He's been in this for like 10, 15 years at least.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get some pictures of him driving, and I got that one. And I was really, really proud of how that came out, especially because most of the settings at the time on my camera were on auto. So
that'd be me for sure.
Yeah. And I also, this was with the rental lens that I got. I didn't use any of my lenses for that particular shot. And that was on a Fuji X-T4 that I was using at the time.
Yeah, sick. Yeah, Club Loose is always like, I don't know. There's just, you can always tell it's Club Loose too, which is great. But yeah,
don't suck.
This is don't suck. Yeah.
Do you just like remember, like you're saying this was a rental lens, right? Do you just remember like every picture you take, you're like, okay, that was with a rental lens, or this was my lens, or can you see it in the picture? Like, I'm just trying to figure out if I'm that fucking stupid and don't remember anything.
Yeah,
or if you guys are just that fucking smart.
No, and they are. So here's the thing, how it's like so since it's their craft, I know it's very like, you know, it's like the gear you're taking to the track or whatever, and you remember running this bumper or whatever. You know what I mean? I think it sticks in your mind, because it even happens sometimes, like when I'd be shooting some dumb video, I know what lens I have too for that like specific video. You know what I mean? It becomes like, yeah, you just know. But since we're not like doing that all the time, you know, it's like, how do you remember that? But also,
I think I can equate this for James.
Oh, like, I can't wait.
I think
it's gonna be awful.
I can't wait.
So, you know, like these guys know like where things were shot, what they used to shoot. Yep. It's kind of like the same thing for you. Like, you know where and when you broke down, what broke.
I can hate you.
You know, it's like the same thing.
Yeah, really. Yeah. And a lot of times, if there's like digital, now I don't know, Alex, well, you would of course know this, but a lot of the times it does sometimes save information too in certain digital photos. You know what I mean? Like, it'll tell you what it was, what the, you know, the aperture, the ISO, like all that too, which is really cool. I think that's really neat.
So kind of segueing into that, I cheated. That's how I figured out it was the rental lens, because I went on Lightroom and I figured out what lens it was, and it was this big old radar gun of a lens that went up to 600 millimeters.
Oh wow!
And the reason why I rented it for that weekend is because I wanted to really like enter sort of this whole thing with a bang and see, you know, do I have the right lenses? Do I need to maybe get more? And so, because the lenses I was running on the Fuji were not native Fuji lenses, they were aftermarket Tamrons, and they did the job fine. But from renting the Fuji lenses that I did, native lenses just seemed to work a little bit better than the aftermarket stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and the only other thing I really remember from that weekend, especially that weekend, was it was so muggy and humid. I felt like I was in Vietnam, and it was like 90 degrees, 80% humidity. I think I went through a gallon of water, and then later in the day, because I only shot the second day, which is when Chris was there, the skies just opened up, and it poured like every other weekend over this past year. And I think after that, everybody just scattered. No one wanted to stay. And so I think I shot mostly C group and B group after that. I think most of B group had left after the rain cleared, because we were told to get off the track. I think there was lightning in the area, and they won't let any of the guys go out unless there's an ambulance on track, and the ambulance moved off track, so they weren't letting anybody go until it was ready to go.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, it's crazy how, and every track's different with that. I know at Pocono, if there's like lightning within 15 miles, everything shuts down. Like, everybody has to leave, you know, get into a car, get into a building. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, that's sick though. Let's jump to the next photo here.
Okay, so this one is from Drifters of December. I think I might have run into you, but I don't think I ever spoke to you. You might have been doing something else at the time. But this was on my Sony. So I picked up the Sony A7 IV during a Black Friday sale, and I was really eager to do some field testing with it, because everybody and their brother who runs a Sony, particularly an A7 series, says that the tracking on it is really good. You can do really good things in low light. It just comes at the cost of color, which is what Fujis are really, really known for. And so Drifters of December was probably my favorite event to cover, although it was extremely overwhelming to figure out how to cover it because they have all 4 tracks going on, and you better drive your car to and from wherever you're going, or else you're never going to catch anything in time. So this was by Maine, and Maine was definitely my favorite track other than Shenandoah because of the banking that Shenandoah has that mimics the Nürburgring. And so I caught this guy just smoking the back tires off of this off this BMW, and
Alex, you muted yourself. Oh, there we go.
It's not your fault. It's this website. It mutes me too, and they blame me, but it's not your fault. Right?
No, I did that myself. So
all right, you could have just taken it.
He's trying to help you out.
I'll admit my own errors. So.
Well, it actually does mute me. So all right, fuck you guys.
Yeah, I don't know, James, but anyway, keep going.
So I just loved that I finally got like a shot that was at slow shutter speed with a blurred background, cars kind of perfectly in focus, and then just the smoke trail coming off the back that's obscuring half the car. Yeah. There was like another shot that I was tempted to include instead of this one of Nate Chen riding in his LS swapped RX-7 that occasionally he brings out to a gambler, where basically he's flying through the same part of the track and his whole back half, you can't even see the car because he's basically destroying the set of tires off the car.
Yeah. No, this thing, you can feel the speed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they were flying. They were probably going 60, 70, 80 miles an hour here easily.
Yeah, that's a really fast section of that track, which is sick. Yeah, this is sick. This is a good photo. All right, let's check out your next one.
Okay, so this was at Ready Set Drift Palmer, and I got to give a quick shout out to Brian for getting me involved in this track, and also this Stay Tuned NE boys for convincing me to go up here. Even though they weren't all there that day. I'm specifically referring to both Rio and Tone Anthony. Get your butts up here this year.
Rio, you jerk.
So, hope your foot feels better. So, my experience with this track is that you basically have to be a mountain goat to get anywhere in or around the track. Like, because Ready Set Drift runs the track hot pretty much the entire day, you can't really go out to this section of the track without either having them stop or taking a long way around where you're basically going over an overpass on some rocky terrain and then getting up to the garages where this shot was taken.
Right.
And basically, because there's nobody up there but yourself, so you can get as close as you want up and hug those Jersey barriers, and you can get guys flying through that turn. It's like a sweeping uphill right-hander. And so I was taking a bunch of shots up here because it was just so cool to get the guys sweeping in so fast, taking your shots and then immediately doing like a military log roll to duck down so you wouldn't get killed either by the guy swinging out his car close to the wall to almost scrape it. So this was of my buddy Alex from Static Motion and his SRS 13 Vert, who was just having a blast that day. He was just ripping through his tires, and this was probably my favorite shot that I took up that upper section, and I definitely want to go back up there and do some more shooting up at that part of the track because it's a really little hidden gem. You just have to be a mountain goat to get up there.
Yeah, it's cool to see footage from there because you actually don't, since it's kind of like a new track, you don't see that much yet. You know what I mean? So it's definitely nice to see media coming from Palmer. I seen it, like, I didn't see many videos yet, but I've seen a couple pictures. But I definitely, I'm glad you included this because it is neat to see and also to spread the awareness of another track. Because this track is definitely one of the it is the smallest track I've ever driven in my entire life, but I had a fucking blast.
I figured you would.
Yeah.
I figured you would because your Hachi probably just loves screaming at second and third gear the entire time, and I figured that if Chad had been up there, he would probably be having the same thing in his Miata.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It looks fun. It really does.
Super tight, super technical. Yeah, I just wish we were closer. That's the only thing that sucks.
Yeah, it is a
yeah.
little bit of a haul.
It's like 5 hours, Chad. Get over
it.
Yeah, I mean, I could do an engine swap in that time, according to you.
True. That's true. Yeah,
in and out.
Yeah, that's rich math.
That is rich math. Yeah. Speaking of rich, well, we'll get him. He's dealing with some stuff, but yeah, this is sick. This is definitely sick. Also, I love verts, and I miss mine. But yeah, let's check out the next one.
Okay, so this was from RSD Pocono, and this is of another S13. And I don't know who this guy is. No one seems to know who this guy is.
This guy is a fucking shredder.
Yeah, this car
he's like
rips.
57 years old.
Yep.
Shows up, knows everybody from the old days, just fucking beats the shit out of his car, has a great fucking time, and goes home.
And it's so fast. It is so fast. This car is fucking crazy fast.
Yeah,
I mean,
this car's wild.
There's another RSD guy who runs RSD Media, Chris, who's taken a bunch of shots at this car. And I said to him, "Do you know who this guy is? Because I really want to send this to him." And he said, "No, but I have a huge 18-inch print of this guy ripping."
Oh, that's cool.
The reason why I like this one in particular is again, it's one of those super dynamic shots at low shutter speed. But in particular, the reason why I loved it so much was because I got the turbo dumping at the bottom. You can see the little flame. Yeah.
Fire pictures make pictures cooler no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just such an awesome shot to get. And I'm just so mad that I didn't know who this guy was. He literally showed up after driver's meeting, did his thing, left before anybody could say hello to him.
Yeah, I actually believe he doesn't even have social medias.
I don't think he's on any of it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to message Frank because I know Frank from RSD knows him pretty well. I'll find out if he knows him, and if he does, I'll let you know. You know, if he has an Instagram or something, I'll let you and Chris know too. Because
I bet this is it's like a secret life for him, maybe.
Oh,
maybe that's why, you know, he's like, I don't have Instagram.
Totally
how's the internet work, right? You know, he's going to work. Yeah, he's telling his wife, he's like, I'm on a business trip. He's like, can you watch the kids this weekend?
Imagine that would be so cool. You know
would
what
actually
I mean?
be the coolest story.
Yeah, that would be cool. And then right after this, he goes to the strip club. He's getting wild.
But she'd be more okay with that than this.
Yeah, right.
Even though this is pretty safe. Reasonably safe, maybe.
Yeah. You don't really, you don't normally go home with STDs after a drift event. So,
right.
You know what I mean? No, I'm just.
Well, speak for yourself.
That's funny. Yeah, this dude, I'd actually never even got to talk to him. But I've seen it. I've ran grid and sent him plenty of times. And every single time I send him, I'm always just watching him because it's so neat how fast he enters over that blind hill so fucking fast. It is crazy.
And that 1J, whatever, if it's a JZ, and it's probably a 1J, but that thing just screams. And I was like, who the heck is this guy?
Yeah.
He's just thrashing this thing and beating the crap out of it. Yep. And again, like I said, I was super happy to get that little afterburner off the turbo at the bottom because I was like, oh wow, I actually got that because photographers, I think, dream of catching flames coming out of cars. You know, as long as it's not a two-step, at a two-step competition.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's funny.
Damien loves two-step.
I do not.
I lose brain cells being near a two-step G35. I'm sorry. I saw too many of them at Nissan Day last year at Englishtown, and I left because of them. I was like, this is dumb.
At Englishtown last year when that GTR caught on fire?
Yes, there was that was.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
You know what? It was the GTR who crashed. He crashed and caught on fire, and then it was lifted off on a front end loader, and then plopped off. I think for by the shop where Chris Knapp does his wizardry or something like that. And and I parked right next to that car. When I got there, and everybody was taking pictures of it as if it was just this forlorn piece of broken jewelry. Which basically it was at that point.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh man, let's check out the next slide.
So this was from the disaster zone that was BMI. This
we were the
year.
stands for this.
I know. I was amazed that in the wet, guys still went out and practiced in this. I saw the haze pile up, and I'm mad that I didn't take better shots of it, because where they piled up, they were facing me, but I wasn't they were on the opposite side of where I was shooting. So I was super mad that I didn't get shots of them. Sorry, Jeff and all the Hayes boys. You guys did well anyway, going 10th, I think.
I don't think they actually want those photos. They're like,
they don't.
Yeah,
they don't.
Yeah,
Alex, how long were you in here? Jeff was just actually here for me, so I don't know if you
I've
saw
been
that. But...
here since like 8:15.
Yep.
Okay, so
yep. Yeah, that's funny.
I did catch, I think, Jeff or Mike doing reverse entry on tree turn the next day, which was super awesome to see. Like, because reverse entry is best entry. Nakamura made it cool, so everybody should just do reverse entry in an S13. So this was from the NPR team. They think they went third in
the
standings. They were awesome.
Yeah,
and this was probably the beginning of what I thought was the greatest save I'd ever seen. Because as you can see here, Joe, the guy in the S14 that's LS flopped, smacks the wall. You can see the sparks come off, and his guys are right there. They're Oscar and I want to say it was Josh, but I could be wrong. No, it was Cam. It was Cam, I think, that was in the Corvette. And there's basically no room for error. And, Joe just stomps on the gas pedal, does this crazy burnout, flips his S14 around, and then the other two keep going without not even a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And I caught the whole sequence, and I was absolutely stunned that I got that. I was like, I cannot believe I actually caught that.
That's wild, because this picture looks like it ends in crash.
Right. Yeah.
Like there's like it looks like there's no way out of it.
Yep. It's sick too. The sparks are so perfect. I love that. I absolutely love that. It's sick.
Yeah, and I have the whole sequence from, I think, my BMI album, so you can see it frame by frame by frame, which is, to me, even cooler, because you can see how he actually got out of that. It's almost like you're reviewing tape, like when like a wide receiver makes one of those toe tap catches in the back of an end zone.
That's funny.
So to me, like from an aesthetic and also just like a skill standpoint, like it was super, super cool to capture.
Yeah. Yeah, that event was wild. Like, just carnage. We had a lot of fun. I was really glad, though. I mean, it sucked because we definitely wanted to drive, but I was actually also relieved that we didn't drive, because I know for a fact we would have been right beside a haze.
I would have been very happy to crash on this
James,
track.
You might have been dead. I think we saved your life that day.
Fuck you guys! I knew I wanted to drive.
That's funny. Yeah. Your TV could have flew out. Like, what? Yo, imagine if you ever crash that hard that your TV flies out of the trunk and hits somebody.
Someone better get that on fucking film, bro.
Yeah, right. That's funny. All right, so then we have your information. So if make sure everybody follow everybody that we always do these media podcasts, and everybody usually does, you know what I mean, which is super sweet. We love to spread the love. Yeah, those are cool, man. I definitely love those photos. Man, you just brought me back to the fucking that dude. He's such a shredder. I kind of want to know who he is now.
That old dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna track him down.
He's Racer X. Like,
he's Racer X.
Nobody knows.
The Stig.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good driver.
He's the Stig's Pennsylvanian cousin.
Yeah. So you know he's more badass, inbred or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So Alex, what made you want to take media?
So I kind of alluded to it at the beginning. It was just really at the suggestion of my coworker Lexi. We work in a PT office, and she just said to me, "You should check out Club Loose." And so I initially tried applying with no sort of previous experience to like the Cinco de Mayo event and East Coast Bash. I didn't get into any of those, but I went to East Coast Bash as a spectator last year. And I was blown away at A, how awesome the tandems were, and B, how organized everything was. I was like, wow, this is like on the edge of professional, if not a professionally run outfit. So that got me into it. And then I saw Pro Bro down as a spectator in the rain and took pictures in the rain at the bottom of Tree Turn, and that sealed the deal. So I was like, I need to start shooting, and it's really been a crazy roller coaster ever since.
That's awesome. No, that's cool to hear. So then how long have you actually been shooting? And now not just, shooting motorsports, but I'm saying in general too.
Less than 2 years. So the Fuji that I had, I got sort of just as an impulse buy because I wanted to take pictures on vacations of like very beautiful like hiking spots or plane spotting where like you take pictures of planes taking off and landing just for fun. So that's where it started, and then it just kind of turned into this.
Right.
So
that's sick. Yeah, hell yeah. So then that's a good segue. So you're using a Fuji as your gear. Is it your main camera? You have just the Fuji?
So I have
other stuff.
So I have the Fuji, but I'm probably going to sell that because I don't use that primarily as my main camera anymore.
Okay.
Like I said, this is the one that lovely.
Well, it was.
No, that was just a bunch of papers that I.
Oh, that's fine.
So this is the Sony that I bought. That lens on it is a 24-105. It's a smaller lens, so it's good for getting those sort of close-up shots where maybe like 10, 15 feet away. But then I also have a 70-200, a 300 millimeter Tamron that also pairs up with that well. And I think I have another lens. Oh yeah, I have an FE 85 millimeter telephoto.
Okay. Yeah. You got some good love here in this chat. Shout out to Alex for actually shooting photos of C Group. That's really cool to see. Yep.
I actually like shooting. I believe it or not, I like shooting C Group a little bit more than B&A Group. No diss to the B&A Group guys, but the reason I like it, the analogy I would make to it is almost like you're a pro scout watching like minor league players for like a baseball team.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see who's got it and who doesn't. And don't sleep on C Group guys. There are some dudes in there that know how to shred. And most of the friends that I've made through this have been through C Group.
That's pretty cool. You don't ever really hear that, which is kind of sick.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't sleep on them. And I'd even make the argument that sometimes the guys who drive in C Group have some of the nicer cars.
Yeah, especially because they might be starting off fresh.
So fresh.
It's like
fresh.
I mean, there's the ringer.
Yeah, there's a guy in C Group who drives an R33 sedan, like a gorgeous R33 sedan. He usually takes his bumper off, and I'm like, this guy should not be driving this. Like, this is way too nice of a car. Like, if I had that car, I would be driving it as a daily at best, but I would not be thrashing it out on backtrack.
Was that English like recently? R33 sedan? Sorry, I'm off your topic, but
James has a sedan.
I'm
R33, so he's excited.
I didn't know there was any still like drifting there.
Yeah, really. That's awesome.
I think I featured him in a bunch of like slow-mo reels. Because he rips. Like when he figures out his line, he just dumps the tires off the back, and it's fun to watch guys not afraid to thrash their very pretty JDM equipment. Because I'm a sucker for any JDM sedan. If it's a Laurel, if it's a JZX, if it's an R33, R34, R32, I love them all, and I would love to have one. But
hey, James has an R33 for sale right now.
I have a 33 for sale.
You don't want it.
That's funny. Yeah, no, you don't want mine. Buy a different one.
Actually, what we didn't tell him is he won it from
Oh my god, imagine.
I wish we could give away
cars.
That's the dream.
We're gonna need you everyone in the Patreon to really step it up and we can give the Skyline away.
Well, it's funny we bring up R33s because there is a buddy of mine from Club Loose who I call a car hoarder. I'm talking about you, Matt. He has like a ton of VR4s, and he won his R33 GTST in a waffle, I think.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And it's a nice R33 GTST. And then on top of that, he also has an FD RX-7 and an SRT manual RAM. He's got
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he's
so
got a
sick.
bunch of stuff. He's got a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff.
Manual Rams are cool.
Yeah, I want
Yeah,
one.
yeah, they're pretty cool.
It's the V10 one, so it's the SRT 10,
Yeah.
and he uses
Oh,
that
yeah.
as his
Oh.
towing rig. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's a flex.
Yeah, that
that's
is a
sick.
fucking flex. Jesus Christ.
That's funny.
Save
It's
some
rich.
pussy for the rest of us. Good
But
lord.
does he have a C7 drift vet?
Oh
No, he's got a bunch of LS swapped S13s, though. He
Close
loves
enough.
his S13s, and he loves his VR4s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he has an STI as well. Like, I
Nice.
lost track of how much stuff he has.
I love car hoarders. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh,
because you are
man.
one.
That's cool though.
I'm
'cause,
not
like,
one anymore.
yeah, we hoard like shit cars. Like I
Yeah,
have like
exactly.
a Civic and a Accord, like 2S chassis. You know, it's like
Yeah,
Do you still have the
old
Verosa?
BMW.
I do. Yeah, it's
I
just
love that
sleeping.
thing. I love that thing. It's such a weird looking car,
Oh yeah,
just like aesthetically, but they're so awesome. Like a fantasy of mine would be owning like a Mark II Blit with a
Oh,
front
yeah,
end
they're sick,
Verosa conversion
yep.
and just driving one of those because I
Yeah.
love I drive a wagon and I'm all about saving every damn wagon you can find,
Yeah,
especially if it's a JDM one.
yeah.
Wagons
So,
of
like,
privacy.
Wagons
I
are
agree with you.
sick. Wagons
Mhm.
are definitely sick. Yeah, the Verosa will see the track this year. I just
No,
need to
it
do a. Yeah, it will. It saw it last year.
No, a private day doesn't count.
It's I'm at Club Loose. I'm driving it.
Yeah, but you no.
I'll count
Well,
it. I'm going to count it. If somebody
yeah.
took pictures of it or any footage of it, it counts as being driven.
I
There
got
was
Even if it wasn't
pictures
an
and
official
video. It counts,
Yep,
Chad.
yep, yeah. James is just siding with me so that
Yeah.
you could be wrong.
That means
Chad.
I drove too. All right.
Yeah, that's
That
funny.
means.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, that my goal is to since I decided on finally keeping it, yeah, you'll see it out there a bunch, hopefully. I just
Time
need
to
to do
put some dents on it.
Yeah, I don't even care anymore. 'Cause
Yeah,
what
I
the
want to
fuck?
tandem with it.
Yeah, what the fuck? You know,
I'm gonna chase it and I'm gonna put.
It's not
marker in
street
your
legal,
door.
so you might as well just use it for what it was worth.
that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I don't even care anymore. We'll see what happens. People in the
Just
chat
send it.
talking shit. No, okay. No shit talking on my Verosa. No,
No, not even a little bit.
Let's so from doing media, which is cool that it's only been a short while for you. I actually really like that. You know what I mean? Like it's neat to see because we get all spectrums. You know what I mean? So it's really cool. So being early in media, your media career, what are the top 3 favorite memories that you have so far? Like what hit the hardest?
I would say, like, as a collective memory, just meeting the amount of people that I have and the friendships that I've developed within this. Because when I started doing media, that didn't even come into the equation, to be completely honest.
Right.
And some of the best friends that I have now are through this. So shout out to my buddies Artie and Alex and some others, Tony, Adam, and Co, for sticking with me and me getting to shoot you driving because it's awesome.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too is just, never sit on your laurels, for lack of a better word. Just always find ways to keep growing and keep doing better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I'm sorry. What was the original question? My brain is.
No, I think you're doing great. I love wherever you're going here. I don't remember the question either, but I love where this is going.
James,
you do better. That's what this guy's trying to say.
No, I love that too. Yeah, it's a good message. Just your top 3 favorite memories.
Thank you.
Which actually works though too, because I mean I like that answer of meeting the friend or like meeting people and doing better. Like that's cool because that's stuff that you're getting from this. You know what I mean? You're making these new memories because of this, and I really that's a cool answer.
So that's the first one. I would say the second one was definitely shooting BMI because because so many media came out to BMI and a lot of really good media, like Dan is one of those guys. Like I look at his work and I'm like, oh my God, this guy knows what he's doing. He's a pro. Or like Brian, he's a pro, or just some other guys that went. And to be part of that group of people to shoot it, I felt extremely honored to do it. And I was also really excited because that was my first real event where I got to see team competitions. And I definitely want to shoot more of those this year. So that was definitely one. And also just how chaotic that whole day was with the rain and people driving in the downpours, the spin outs, and then the actual competition where so many guys sacrificed a bumper, a headlight, a rad support, you know, and they still did it anyway. And then The second day was also awesome, just seeing them go on road course. I love shooting the road course at Club Loose, particularly Tree Turn and the banking, especially when they're up at the top of the wall. Like, I love shooting there, and just seeing like 5-car tandems just ripping through this. And I'm like, these guys are insane. And it's impressive that they know what they're doing, because I sure as hell would not be able to know what I was doing in that car. So I have mad respect for you guys just being fearless, because I would be literally shitting bricks.
Oh, I'm also shitting bricks. Don't think I'm not.
Like, you look so composed. Like, it's like that analogy of like what we see, what you see.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I love those.
So like
those
for you,
so
you're
cool.
like, it's like a 5-alarm fire surrounding you, and for us, it's like, oh, look at how lovely this looks.
The helmet hides my oh fuck face.
We change pants quick when we come off track.
Yeah,
like before we talk to anybody else.
I'm actually
shitting.
I want to chase that a little bit more, because I'm like not losing it, but with my brain injury, when that happened, like my nerves kind of went away a little bit, and I want to start like chasing it again. So maybe like some flips.
You need the adrenaline.
Yeah, we got to jump something.
There's definitely like a Fast and Furious stunt we could try.
Yeah,
I don't know which one, but there's definitely one we could try.
Yeah, we're
jump a Miata. Just jump a Miata over a cliff or something.
That would be sick.
Everybody loves
jumping the cliff. Oh my god! You said fucking go yourself. What?
Yeah, all we need we just need a helicopter to come scoop me up as I'm jumping.
Oh yeah, you got to grab the ladder and then lifts off, and then the Miata flies off into the distance.
Yep. I like where this is going, to be honest.
We stopped
any of it.
We're not a drift team anymore. We're a stunt team.
Yeah, and then we get hired to do the next Fast and Furious movie. We make so much money.
Actually introducing Fast, like 12 or whatever they're on now.
36.
37 is on,
in space. Yeah, pretty much. No, that's
and
cool.
then I'd say the third memory was probably Drifters of December, because my home track is Englishtown.
Okay.
Summit Point is gorgeous. It's
it is.
Like it's in the middle of nowhere in West Virginia, and it's just like this little enclave that's utterly phenomenal. And the one thing I'm so mad about Drifters of December, at least for me this year, is that I took so many good pictures on the first day, and then I inadvertently deleted them by accident off my computer after I uploaded all of them onto my computer, because there was a memory issue, and I was so mad at myself. So I had people coming up to me saying, "Oh, did you get a picture of my car? Did you get a picture of my car?" And I was like, I did, but I deleted half the footage. So yes and no. That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
So those would probably be my top 3.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah. 100 Drifters is wild too. I was running around again last year. Well, last year. Yeah, it's wild. I always forget.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a wild place. When they open everything up, it's insanity. No, that's
it's cool. Chaos. You're driving around, you're weaving around drift cars, and there's so much, like, you almost have to, for Drifters of December, literally make an itinerary of where you want to be for the day, because if you try to be everywhere, you're nowhere.
Nope.
So like you got to really spend time. And plus I would say that the track marshals who oversee the course are pretty lax about letting you cross when they know that the time is right to do it. So go up to Shenandoah and go ahead and get that hairpin and sit there for 45 minutes to an hour, because you don't know who you're going to get. Like there was a couple of times that I got Brandon in his drift boat. There was another time where I got a little NB doing, rallying in the dirt that I took a picture of. So just for that, you got to really like plan, because it is almost sensory overload with it being so big, and also there's like 100 guys driving, so like it's a huge tracking issue.
For sure. That actually brings us into the next question too. So Summit is beautiful. Do you have personally a dream track or a dream event that you want to shoot?
I sure as hell do for this year, if I can do it. One is Final Bout Southeast, where the east version, so at Summit Point, because of it being there. Vibes for sure. I've heard good things about Vibes. Literally no one has said a bad thing about it. And that would probably be the furthest trek for me to drive to.
Okay.
How far is that?
For me, it's about 5.5, 6 hours, because of how it goes. You have to like almost skirt through the top of Pennsylvania, and then you have to cut across the bottom of New York State to go back into that little thumb of Pennsylvania that's conveniently sandwiched between Ohio and New York.
Yeah. It's actually a beautiful drive too, though, which is nice. There's a couple state parks and stuff that you kind of go through, and it really breaks up the trip. I feel it's like it's
drive
a nice
out the
drive.
Vibes is great.
Yeah, the drive out the Vibes is beautiful.
It doesn't really nice. It's like it's long, but it doesn't feel that bad just because it's like scenic as fuck.
And I feel like we need to say something. What?
I saw a baby bear. Yeah, that's pretty sad.
I was gonna say, I feel like we need to say something bad about Vibes, just in case, like he comes and is disappointed. God, that place fucking sucks. There,
I mean, we'll be there, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah, sorry about your luck, bud. I'll tell you what, the Erie Zoo is not.
There's
great.
An Erie Zoo.
Actually, it's pretty good. I really wanted to shit on it to like bring it down, but it was actually decent.
I didn't even know there was.
I didn't even know there was a zoo.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a zoo up there either.
Yeah, there's
of all places to do it. Like, let's just put it there.
Yeah, right.
Huh,
yeah,
the zoo is the zoo is the speedway. You go for that. Go for the
we
vibes.
Are the animals. Yes.
Yeah. Here. Right. We'll bring Vibes down a little bit. Brian saying Vibes fucking sucks.
Allegedly.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Deny his media application, Damien.
You got it. Yep.
Brian, not Alex.
Let me write that down.
Be clear here.
We text Daxton really quick. No, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, final bout at Summit Point is pretty cool. I think if it doesn't rain, and it didn't rain last year, which is really nice. Yep.
Last year was so nice.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. It wasn't like super hot, wasn't super cold. It was like good weather. Yeah, it's a really cool place to shoot. And Vibes is definitely. We care about the media, so we definitely try to make sure that it's always set up for media so that they have safety, of course, number one. That's the most, important part of doing that. But giving different styles of like places to shoot that, you wouldn't think of. I love that. So, yeah, for sure. So do you have any advice for drivers wanting to get more media of their car? And
I guess not to sound like a broken record, but a lot of what Dan said earlier in the segments, was a lot of stuff that also resonated with me. Yeah. One, first and foremost, be my friend. That's always a good way to get it, because then you'll most likely get it for free. The second way is you drive something that's cool, like any JDM stuff. I'm already like locked into.
Yeah.
Which is why I like shooting at Lock City, even though I went up there once last year, because the amount of really nice JDM stuff that guys and gals drive up there is really impressive. Like,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's JZX country out there, which is like, oh, okay. I like you already, because that's probably my favorite JDM sedan that isn't an A31 or a C33. And there was actually a guy at Lock City rocking a green C33 Laurel with pink raised Graham lights, and I was like, that's an awesome car. I got to figure out what he is.
Yeah.
So those are my first two. Money. The other one is money. Money never hurts, and money does talk, unfortunately. And another way too is you can either come up to me, or alternatively, like if you ask for pictures of you in your car. Don't necessarily badger me a lot to get them, because then I have less incentive to do that, because because typically in an event I'm probably shooting about 5,000 to 6,000 shots in a go. And the reason why I do that is I follow the Biggie Smalls principle of shoot first, ask questions last. So,
oh my God!
Wow. I like it. Incredible. I like it.
I don't like to. If I have downtime to look at my footage, great. But typically, the downtime is at the Motel 6. Me looking at the footage for the first time to figure out what I want to do with it. So I take more, because then if I have more, okay, I could just throw that on a flash drive if I need to.
Yep.
So I say that, and then also just if I give you pictures, like just give the media credit. Like I've seen a lot of pictures of my stuff circulating around, which isn't bad, but a lot of times I think that the drivers forget to give us credit, and that's a little bit of a challenge.
That genuinely makes me angry when I see somebody like tagging the media guy. Because I always go out of my way, and even if I don't know who it is, I like tag the media person, just so I know.
That doesn't make it better, Chad.
No,
we're gonna fight right now.
They always get figured out. Oh wait, are we just shitting on Chad? Chad, that's pretty.
No, I just want to fight with him. I legitimately don't think it's better if you say tag the media guy than if you just don't post it because you don't know it. If you actually give a fuck that much about your media person, you would find the fucking person before you posted the picture.
Do you know how hard it is?
To most people's credit, though, most of the people that I've come into contact with are pretty good about it. But there's like a good, 15% of people who don't, and it's just like,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
In fairness,
it's so crazy that they don't tag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, the one thing, and I know it's a hot topic. I think Chad's about to say it too. Is the watermarks?
Yeah.
For us, we're idiots, and it depends.
I'm not going to remember. I see so many fucking pictures of my car, especially like when everybody drops Vibes album after Vibes album after Vibes album.
Yeah.
It's so much to keep track of. If there's not a watermark on it, I have zero recollection other than when I see it. I'm like, oh, that's rad. I save it to then post, and then I just forget.
I mean, my stuff is watermarked, but people are still good. My stuff still like gets circulated out with the watermarks on without the credit, which then
it is.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, if you come to me to ask me to give you pictures again, I may or may not be less incentivized to give you those pictures a second time.
Yep. Yeah, I've there's a couple times where like depending on the shot, like if I have to crop in because I'm doing something silly, like I found my face, I look stupid as fuck in a car, and I want to show that, I always still show the original photo with the watermark, because I'm punching in, and I make sure to tag them because I'm like, I'm taking this part of this photo, and I feel almost, it feels naughty. You know what I mean? If you don't do that, like if you don't do that, you're kind of
naughty,
a dick.
Damien.
I am kind of a naughty boy, but it's just been definitely a couple photos where I was like, I had to zoom in to see what I was doing, and I was like, look at how stupid I look. You know what I mean? So if I'm gonna post that, but a lot of people end up cropping that shit, and then they just don't tag, and I think that's like pretty fucked up. So for us, I love this comment. For us smooth brains, which is every driver, watermarks are great. We love it. I do understand though, from a creative standpoint, especially when you have the perfectly everything's framed exactly how you want it, and it's almost like you don't want to put your watermark on it. Like, I understand that, you know what I mean? That does suck for some photographers, but I've seen a lot of photographers where their whole album there's no watermarks, and I'm like, that's really hard to get credit then, you know what I mean? But if you're watermarking, we appreciate you because we're fucking idiots. We are. I honestly, and I think like after Final Bout, we had so many, and it was so sick. We feel so great about it, as drivers getting all this media, but it's too much. You know what I mean? To remember, it's almost too, and then you come off as a dick. But there's those drivers that I see them post all the time, and they don't put any credit. Shame on them. Like, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. But anyway, I'm like getting a little worked up over here.
Fired up.
Man, I'm a little fired up. I love
to be on a soapbox. It's also insightful for me because that's something I didn't necessarily take into account, like how much stuff you guys get from being at something like a Final Bout. Yeah. So then for us, in turn, we also have to just perhaps be a little bit more patient and take that into consideration conversely. Mm-hmm. So I actually appreciate that little take because I don't think media necessarily pay attention to that a whole lot.
Yeah, we've gotten folders and folders and folders and folders, and it's so fucking sick. Like,
on the other end of that too, like even if I only got one folder, I probably would forget.
Yeah, you're pretty stupid.
I'm an idiot. Like, some of us that are like real fucking dumb, and then like these two are like not as dumb, but like
Still dumb.
I don't know, but it's still dumb.
Yeah. I always think to myself too, like after we do like a big event like that, I'm like, okay, every single media I want to put into a specific folder for the photographer so that I have content. I never do any of that. I go back and I'm like, oh yeah, they messaged us on. Actually, we just did it. Remember, Caitlin's probably in the chat. She's pissed off at me because I was like, I deleted. I'm cleaning out my Instagram, which I have to do because we're controlling like 8 different things, and I cleaned out one of the things, and she sends, which is perfect. She tags all of us in Instagram, and she puts the photos inside there, and it's perfect to go back to reference, to get media, to be able to tag her, to be able to use those photos. It's literally perfect. And of course I accidentally deleted that and couldn't find it, but I was like, fuck. But I always say, yeah, I suck. I'm really bad at social media. That's why Rio is the best. Rio, we love you. But yeah, the idea of being able to keep all that is absolutely insanity, like to organize it and stuff. So yeah, the watermarks and the folders and the way that she does it is something that I think other photographers and videographers could actually take, you know what I mean, to start using, because then she creates one album. She's not messaging all of us. We're all in one group, with the content, and it's very easy to repost and very easy to give credit, which is really cool. And that's the thing. You guys and girls deserve all this credit for creating our memories. So it sucks when you see that it doesn't, get translated. And then even worse, if we post it without credit and then somebody else reposts that, it keeps getting lost. And that's the thing that I really don't like, is when I'll see it on a bigger page. Like, followers and shit are stupid, but giving credit is awesome. So if we have a little bit of a following and then a bigger page takes that and reposts it, it's like there's a missed opportunity for the photographer or videographer getting even more credit, of a sick shot, and it just gets lost in that translation. So it's definitely like, yeah, it's very important. So I know Brian's in here. I don't think does he say that he doesn't watermark his stuff?
No, he does.
He
definitely does.
Yeah, I feel like he does, actually.
Yeah. Brian, shut up.
He's literally just in the chat to talk shit.
He's
I think he gets bored, like,
yeah.
He gets home from work and his mom yells at him. He goes to his room and just like turns on the podcast, and he's just like, trying to fight people.
And he's eating his vegan chicken nuggets, and he's like super mad.
It's his version of playing Call of Duty.
Leave me alone, Mom.
Yeah. Look, are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, to Brian's credit, I give him credit for running a 50-year-old lens on his XT5 or whatever Fuji he's running these days.
Nice.
So good for you, Brian, for being hipster and keeping Fuji's relevant.
Hell yeah. Somebody who said that, Brian, I think he said he might steal that delivery method. It works really well. Caitlin fucking killed it. So for anybody, if this helps any other, people with that idea, like, do it. It as a driving team, individuals, I guess, is a little different, but as a team, it really makes it nice. Yeah, that's sick. All right. Sorry, we got off on a tangent. That was fun. I like this shit.
That's the best part.
Right. So we already talked about, so Club Loose is your home track, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a 45-minute drive for me.
Oh, that's fucking nice. I'm so jealous of everybody's, like, how close they are to stuff.
You're in Jersey, or
the Parkway isn't a disaster. If the Parkway is a disaster, it's like an hour and a half.
Are you in Jersey or New York?
No, I'm in northern Jersey, so I'm in Essex County.
Essex County.
Yeah.
By Newark.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I gotcha.
James is all over New Jersey.
I do a lot of work in New Jersey, like my actual job. So
your actual job?
My actual job.
Oh, that's funny.
This is my fake job. So
yeah. I wish this was our real job. Imagine.
That'd be great.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my God,
that'll never happen. And Alex, do you already, or do you want to get behind the wheel yourself?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
So,
okay, no shit.
So I've done a couple of ride-alongs in cars, gotten some in-car footage, and while it's fun, it's like I'd almost equate it to being like on one of those old-fashioned like wooden roller coasters, like Cyclone on Coney Island. The idea, for me personally, the idea of doing that myself just terrifies me. Like, I'm afraid, like, I'm in healthcare and I want to eventually become a physical therapist or a physical therapist assistant. So the idea of like getting in a crash, breaking a wrist, breaking a foot, getting a concussion, any sort of like major injury terrifies me, but I do appreciate, like, from that sort of healthcare standpoint, like seeing how you guys are able to manage all this sensory overload with having a guy, you maybe a foot off of you, you're figuring out which gear, which turn, where you are with hydro, with handbrake, whatever it is. Like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I do, however, at some point in my life, I do want to get a JDM. I really want to get a JDM, whatever it is. And the added bonus is currently is that if I do get a JDM, my girlfriend has absolutely no say in what kind of car I get because she can't drive.
Oh, there you go.
So,
what do you just now we got to jump into that. What would you want? What's the dream JDM? So it sounds like a sedan. We're definitely going sedan.
It's either it would either be like a JZX 90 or JZX 100 Tour S Tour V or like a Mark II Blit, or even a JZS 171. I love big sedans. I had a Lincoln Town Car at one point in my life.
There you go.
And the one thing I loved about that car is that it had presence, and you know, people would move out of your way because the thing was so big. So I like a big sedan or a big wagon. I like wagons because they just store a lot of crap, and you know, you can get from point A to point B in them. You can sleep in them. So I definitely would love to get one of my hands on one of those, because at this point I've consigned myself to never owning an R32, never owning an R33, never owning an S13, an 86, an S14, S15. I've consigned myself that I am way outpriced in any of those cars, because they're so expensive. Like, even a crappy S13 with like a bumper hanging off of it from, you know, getting imported on B Ford from Yokohama is like $27,000. I can't justify. I can't justify that.
Yeah, just convert it to right-hand drive. Yeah, everything's so expensive. A wagon would be sick though too, because then you got all your media gear in there. That'd be a sick travel car. You know what I mean? Like something. Or just like a baller Mark 10. Oh, they can't bring them over yet, but that'd be sick.
No, but the JZX 110 wagon. I love those. Like those wagons too. I think they look kind of like a Mercedes, like the Crown wagons. They look kind of like a Mercedes, so those interest me. You know, and I would just daily it, like just use it like any other car. Like the car is meant to be driven.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, that's sick. I just had to ask. I love to hear that. You know what I mean? Like what people's ideal, like favorite cars, especially like in the Japanese market, because there's so many. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Because they're weird. Like I look at that car and I'm like, somebody at Toyota said, yes, this is the design we're going to use for this thing, and it'll sell. And it didn't sell great.
No, it didn't.
It didn't sell great. But now it's kind of in vogue because if you squint hard enough, it kind of looks like a Toyota Matrix sedan that we know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yep. That's funny. Yeah, they're very weird. It's funny because I know, you know, we're coming up into they're going to be next in line to be imported, and there's a bunch of people that are trying to get them, which is crazy.
Yep. I mean, I saw an 04, like I think it was a 2.5V, like the sport one. It was like in a midnight purple metallic, manual, all the things, and it was like $7,000. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great deal, except then I have to keep it there for another 7 years. How much is that going to cost?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That does kind of suck. Yeah.
That thing's awesome.
Yeah, we'll see a bunch of 110s, I think, coming up soon. You know what I mean? Once they're legal, the Mark IIs and the Blitz are super cool. They're definitely super cool. Hell yeah. Cool. Sorry, I just wanted to know. I love Japanese. We all do. We do know a 90 for sale.
I hate it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I know of a bunch of 90s.
I'll give you a pick. You know?
Yeah,
I know of a bunch of 90s and 110s for sale from a guy who I half jokingly say that he has an emporium of them somewhere in New Brunswick. So he's got a green JZX 90 Tourer V for sale, and I'm like, I wish I could afford that, but I know that right now I can't.
a light stream loan away from owning your dream. You know?
I wish I didn't get approved for one, so big rip. They didn't like me enough. That's all right. And I'll wait. I'll wait for another time.
If they didn't like you, you probably shouldn't.
Yep. Right. It's a sign. It's a sign. Just wait.
It's a sign for you to be smarter.
Yeah, don't be dumb. Don't be dumb.
Yeah.
Like, don't be dumb like James.
Yes.
Correct.
On the contrary, I think James is awesome for rocking a TV and a video game console in the back of his trunk, but he probably shouldn't.
I definitely shouldn't. That's just to make me seem cooler because I'm really lame. You know?
Well, it makes it easier to figure out which car is yours compared to Rich's, because Rich's looks very similar to yours.
Yeah. Minus the height. You just got to really focus on that height. But yeah, that's funny. We got JJ Williams. Nobody's ignoring. We didn't see.
I definitely already talked to him in the chat. I said something back to him. All right. We're not ignoring you. You're just not reading my response.
James, Jesus Christ.
Hey, okay, so sick. And then he's the first one. You're literally the first one that said you do not want to drift, and that's awesome. And
you're smarter than everybody else.
You literally just won. Yeah,
and like life. Everything else he paired that up with, he's like, I'm in physical therapy. So basically, he's like, I have a great career. I have a great life plan. I probably have a savings account.
Yep.
And I don't want to drift like this.
Alex, you are smart.
Congrats on that.
Flattered.
We tell everybody to not do it, but we want everybody to, if they want to do it, of course, we'd love to see people drift. But realistically, like, it is the dumbest thing ever financially. Like, it's
if money were no option, I would totally at least try it once.
Exactly.
But just for right now, probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Boy.
It's one of those tough things that it's like, to try it once, you either got to have someone that's like, yeah, go drive my car, or you got to put a lot of money into it to try once.
Yep.
So what I'm getting at is, you can drive my car vibes.
Yeah, drive my car vibes.
That will make you definitely never drift. So.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, welded diff scary. All I have to do is I hear the sound of a welded diff and also see how much harder much wider your turning circle is to drive, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
No,
I'll get an S13 or whatever it is, and just keep it stock, and just go put like a bag of Trader Joe's groceries in the back of it. And call it out. That sounds like a good time,
right? No, that's funny. Hell yeah. So, do you have any advice for upcoming media?
I do. A couple of things. So first, this is kind of an odd one, but go ahead and shoot C Group. Like I said, those guys. It's like watching scouting. You can see who's good, who's got it, who needs a little bit more time, and generally, those are the guys that are A, the most appreciative of the work that you do, and B, will most likely, if you're looking to get money out of this, which I don't think is a mistake. They will most likely be okay with parting with some of their finances for your work.
Yeah,
so
beginning memories and stuff too, which is really nice. I wish I had more from when I first started, honestly. Like, and I feel like they're ready to, like, oh yeah, you got a 6 shot of me. They're excited still. You know what I mean? And it's not pouring in. So absolutely, that's a good one. I like that.
I mean, sort of kind of segueing on that, like, because of me shooting C Group, like, I have a really potentially good collaboration coming up with a couple of gals that drive up at Lock City. They formed their own all women's drift team.
Cool.
And then on top of that, I think they're going to be running like an all women's workshop for like working on cars in a couple of weeks that I'm going to hopefully cover. Well, I want to cover and I'm going to cover. So, you never know what opportunities you can get out of that by shooting the lower groups, but definitely take a chance and shoot them, because they're so happy that even if you catch them doing a 360 the wrong way, like it's still something, like I'd say that. And then the other thing too is a couple of other things. First, if you're going into media to be a clout chaser, don't try it. If you're going in with that mentality, I feel like that's a mistake. Because for me, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to show off pictures of people driving. Because A, I think it's cool, and B, like, this is you guys driving. Like, you guys don't get to see what we see from outside the windshield. We see it all. You guys just see a bunch of asphalt in front of you, and hopefully you're not hitting a wall. So
no, that is cool. Yeah.
And then the other thing, especially for me being sort of a new media, like, you see all these more established names like Unused Dan or Brian or a guy like Rob from RV Media or guys like that, and you're like, oh my God, I can't be in this same sort of universe as these guys. These guys are pros. They do this for a living. They know what they're doing. And to which I say, it's hard, but don't pay attention to what they're doing. The only thing that you can focus on is what you're doing. And I'd almost even say don't take it too literally, but almost be reckless with how you enter this. Like, just go in there and just say, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I'll figure it out. Like, when I went to my first Club Loose event, I had no freaking clue what I was doing that entire day. I was like, okay, here comes the car. I'm just going to go ahead and shoot that. And I think I even stayed on the same shutter speed that entire day. And people were like, these are great. And I'm like, they are? I didn't.
Yeah.
That was my cat, by the way, making a racket.
Just black cat activity
this time. All right.
So yeah, sorry for the racket.
No, we love it.
So almost go into, like, if you're new to this, just go in with the mentality of, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out anyway. And that's just kind of how I've approached it. And, I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out anyway.
Alex, that is 100% how I go through life every day. I wake up and I'm
true.
I literally have no fucking clue what I'm doing, but I'm gonna figure it out. So
yeah.
I mean, I've tried to apply that, what I've learned from shooting, into my regular life, and it's led to things like, again, like, if you had asked me a year ago that I would be involved in this, let alone being sitting on a podcast, I would have probably laughed at that idea, going like, that's ridiculous. There's no way.
That's awesome.
So you never know where life is going to take you. Just ride it out, see where it goes, because you'll never know where it does.
Yep. Yeah. Take the plunge. Yeah. No, that's good advice.
And go for it.
I think a lot of people, for the advice to media, is to just fucking dive in and have fun along the way. Like, learn by doing, not by, like,
this is definitely that.
Yeah. Just have fun. And because a lot of people are very timid. They're very, like, a little scared to actually get in there. And it's like, nah, everybody's cool. Everybody turns into a family. There's questions that you can ask and everybody will answer, and they'd be happy usually to answer. There's a select few that, sadly, and that's because we're human, there's always gonna be that one guy or girl that's like, fuck you. You know what I mean? But, like, you get that, but honestly, the one person out of the 50 that you're going to, encounter, it doesn't even matter, because the rest turn into family and you're going to learn so much. So yeah, I love to hear that advice, and we'd like to push that too. Because I mean, there's going to be somebody that watches this or listens to this that's like, oh, I kind of want to shoot media. You know what I mean? And that's like the push, hearing from you guys and girls that it's like, no, just go, come in. We're all here for the same reason. It's very, very inspiring. So I appreciate that answer.
Yeah, I mean, even like, I'll go to an event and I like have a plan initially, like I'll write it down on like a sticky note or like a piece of notepad paper of like where I want to shoot. And then half the time that plan just goes out the window, either because something caught my attention, I'm doing something else, or alternatively, it just continues to rain like it did every single Saturday in September and October. Just be fluid with it and just embrace it. Embrace it. Do it for fun. Do it to learn something out of it. Do it to hone your craft. And alternatively, as Nike says in their commercials all the time, just do it.
Exactly.
Do it.
Yep. And also, somebody in the chat, I love that. Did you see that? And also Shia LaBeouf.
Yep.
Do it.
Oh yeah.
That's all I saw. Sick. So before we end here, any shout outs do you have?
I have a bunch. So first is off to Lexi and Chris for getting me roped into all of this. if you had asked me, like I said last year, if I was going to get involved in any of this, you know, I would be absolutely laughing and scoffing at that idea. So thank you for encouraging me to take the plunge. And here I am with, you know, where I am at, and I'm, you know,
awesome.
looking to grow on what I'm doing. Big shout out to you guys too for having me on. I really, really appreciate it.
Of course, we appreciate you coming on. Yeah, this is awesome.
And then a couple of other shout outs. Shout out to my buddy Artie, aka Patrick Starr, for being the goofer that he is. Look forward to seeing you down over in Englishtown soon, buddy. The Static Motion Drift Club boys, they know who they are. You know, hopefully we'll catch you out there, you know, in Englishtown or Staggered this year. And so all the media that I've met, you know, for being good mentors, Brian comes to mind. This other guy, I don't think he's on here. His name is Stephen Kirk. He helped me figure out how to use my Fuji.
Awesome.
Andre for being an awesome dude and just a good media mentor as well. And, you know, Club Loose and all the other hosts for like taking a chance on me to showcase what I could do.
That's super awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, Alex, yeah, we appreciate your time. We appreciate
Thank you so much.
We appreciate your craft. Keep going.
Thank you.
Keep killing it out there, and keep inspiring. You know what I mean? That's one thing that I really I like to. The main reason we do this is because it's an appreciation, because we care about media, but also it has like a little side quest where it can inspire people. You know what I mean? They're learning about what you're shooting with, they're learning about this, and then, you know, they want to try stuff, whatever. So I really like the idea that it could hopefully help other photographers and videographers and just inspire maybe even somebody to pick up a camera. So yeah, I love it. So we really appreciate you sitting down with us, taking the time and showing us, you know, your stuff, man.
Yeah,
thanks again also for accommodating my work schedule.
Of course. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, yeah, that's what we do. Sick. So we will talk to you, I'm sure, in the future, and I'm sure we'll see you out there. And yeah, thanks again for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yep.
I hope to catch you guys flying around Vibes, or more specifically, Damien catching the Verosa in the wild.
Yes, I promise that will happen.
Is that him saying he's going to steal the Verosa from you? Well, is that what you're trying to say?
Can I?
No, he was just talking about wanting a Verosa.
If I could insure it somehow, and we could,
there's something here.
We could make it disappear. No, for sure.
Just yank a VIN tag off of a Toyota Camry and say it's a Toyota Camry.
100%.
Don't recommend it.
That's funny. For all the legal counsel that's listening, just, you know,
don't do
allegedly.
Allegedly. That's funny. Again, thank you, Alex, and we'll see you out there, buddy. Thank you, buddy.
All right,
thanks, man.
Have a good night. Yep.
You too,
dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we kicked him out. I thought that was going to be like the end of the stream.
Nope.
Since it's not.
I have an idea.
Do you?
No.
What do you have? What's your idea?
You're important.
Well, maybe your idea leads into my idea.
It definitely does not.
So he was just talking about like how 50 to 1 or whatever. These like 50 good, 1 bad, right?
And Brian was in the chat talking.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to be really mad about how like Chad is in my list of 50 fucking goods when he could have been my 1 fucking bad. And I could have 50
that's true.
Good friends.
Right. Yeah, you fucked up.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah. Sorry.
You fucked up by making friends with him.
I'll put my notes back.
I love it. No. Alex is actually talking about something that I wanted to well, not segue, but I do want to announce. So we have coming up, we're going to be doing Mike Martino from Design Shop React. So we're going to be doing a podcast with him. So look forward to that. We're working around his schedule. He's really busy right now. So I'm not trying to rush him. I'd rather see him get his shit done. But
he's just Canadian.
Yeah. Damn Canadian.
I'm busy.
Yeah. He's just well, I was going to say if he's British, he's drinking tea. Yeah. What do Canadians do?
Well, they're basically
the
French.
Okay. Right.
He's busy playing hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if that was? I wish he's
powdering his wig.
I could powdering his wig.
It's the fucking Frenchies, man.
Yeah, I love him. He's such a cutie. So he's gonna be coming on. We're gonna be doing a pod with him. But he mentioned the all girls thing up north and stuff like that. So Alexis, we're gonna have coming on soon too. So I'm going to work with her to figure that out. But I know she has a bunch of stuff that she wants to announce for the schedule and the new changes in everything for the girl stuff that she's doing. So I definitely want to get that out here. Besides that, we're going to be doing some Aceto pods. So that'll be really cool. Chad, me and Chad, you act like we didn't know how to record something. James actually might surprise you and show up because I've seen some footage of his kid shredding. So we'll see. Yeah, I see. Is he playing them? Is he playing? Shredder. No, just like doing loops and stuff.
We did one time. Yeah.
Oh, that's super cute. I mean, it's fucking hard. So no, that's cool. Yeah, but we have a whole bunch of stuff coming up. So I'm going to make an announcement, and I don't know exactly when, but we're going to try to do a wheeling Wednesday where it's going to wheeling Wednesday. I just want to, piss off Barry with his tan.
Yeah. Make Wednesdays bigger than Tuesdays.
Oh God! Did you see then the Goodest Cast Thursdays are getting fucking crazy?
Are they?
Oh, they're massive.
Yeah, I didn't know they had Thursdays.
Yeah, they're going crazy. But yeah, I want to do something for Wednesday where we get like the pod beforehand. I'll make the announcement that this Wednesday, so that everybody that live is in the chat that plays with us has an opportunity to jump on and do some jams with us. So that'll be pretty sick. Oh yeah, we got a question about the Chad, your drift team, the Gay Boys with you and Rich.
Yep.
You got some stickers for that?
We should honestly make some. I didn't even think of that until I read that. I was like,
oh fuck.
Might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, that's funny.
I think it'd be pretty good.
I got homies up
there. Is that your Aceto comp team name? Is that?
Yeah, we're the Gay Boys.
Oh my God. Yeah.
How honestly, did I not know that?
Rich is the one that came up with it. I was like, Rich, what is our team name gonna be?
I hate him. I was literally going through the list and I'm just like, okay, I have to mark the 3 that are automatically in, our grandfathered, how I said it was going to work. And I'm like writing down Carl's, I'm writing down Juan's team name. And I'm like, Chad, Rich. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, of course.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Oh,
stickers would be cool though. I think it'd make maybe if Damien is bored and has nothing to do in his very empty schedule. Maybe I can convince him to make
super empty.
Yeah, maybe convince him to do something quick, and I'll pay to get 50 made. And
hey, I'll actually draw up your sticker. Don't worry about it, Damien.
Okay,
thanks,
I got this one.
Perfect, James. Make them all wieners. You know what I mean? The font.
I got it.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
I trust you, buddy.
Yeah. So anybody that's down to do some Aceto stuff with the Pilot Podcast, guys. We're gonna try to figure that out. So one where we end up at exactly at 9. You know what I mean? I want to literally end the pod and we're gonna jump right into the servers. I think that'd be really fun, and then we can record that, put it up on some shit, and just have some fun. Also, the Aceto Corsa, Delio, the actual competition is starting. So those messages are going out probably tomorrow to start the recording process for that. So
I guess I should probably practice.
Yeah, you should probably practice.
Okay, so here's one thing. I tried to. But I tried going on the Pilot Podcast server.
Okay.
And there's no Pilot Podcast track.
Hey,
so I can't practice with anybody because I can only do solo.
That's weird because it's been up, buddy. Look
no,
on your computer.
Fucking hasn't.
Go on your computer right now.
I go on my computer right now. I'm not on it right now.
Wait, where are
simulation?
Who are you? Is this Chad Chimahosky?
Chad Chimadisky.
Go look.
I'm bringing up Content Manager right now.
Bring it the fuck up.
Yeah. Okay, it's up now, but it fucking wasn't on. What the hell day was it? I don't even know, but it wasn't there. And I fucking was gonna try and drive with Rich, and I went and drove in that little fucking abandoned parking lot by myself because nobody else had the track either, so no one could even get in. So I was all lonely and I was crying.
That's like every night for you, though, right?
Look at this. See, Albert,
Albert's
and
literally
Rich.
just trying to start a fight, so I guarantee you he has not been on there practicing.
With me and Rich were waiting for you. You said in the group chat, Rich, you trying to do some laps? You didn't even ask
early
me.
In the day, and then you'd get on when I'm already doing something. Like when I say you want to do laps, I want to do them now when I'm not doing anything.
What were you doing?
Yeah, I was playing other video games with other people. That's what I was doing.
So what did you actually want, right?
Chad drinks mad full throttles. I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Sounds
Throttle's an
accurate, too.
OG energy drink back from the
Bro.
NHRA days.
I love that. And yeah,
Hooray.
I literally, me and Rich were literally like, "Where's chat?" Like seriously, that's so funny.
Hey, if you would have got on like the hours before, I can't just work around your schedule.
No,
you know,
everybody needs to work around my schedule.
and that's what that day is when that track was not on there. When I went on, because I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna drive by myself." It was not on there.
So
and
the best
you
part,
put it on for
I
you
think
to drive.
I'm
not
just
for
gonna,
me.
I'm gonna lie and say it's been up this whole time.
Yeah,
That's fine.
it was. I was on it yesterday.
Were you actually on it yesterday?
No, it wasn't.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, no, but yeah, realistically, it should be up now until if I have to do private testing, which I shouldn't have to do anymore. You know what I mean? But yeah,
I'm trying to jam with some people. So
yeah, we're gonna be doing some stuff now. So it is up right now. I believe it has like a mixture of gravy and our Karoshi and front street cars on it.
Has
Okay, and I do want to change that, you know, every now and then just to kind of like switch it up. So if you do want some stuff, you know, changed up, let me know. Albert's saying let's jam tomorrow. Maybe we'll jam tomorrow.
Yeah. When I get home from work, I'm gonna hop on for a little bit tomorrow, probably around like 6:30-ish, maybe. But yeah, I'm down if anybody wants to jam tomorrow.
Yeah, we can do that.
Catch me on the server.
Darren, what you do is I was gonna say you search pile up. There is a space though. Search pile up and
Albert,
make sure you have the stuff checked. Like if you're missing the track or missing the cars, make sure you download that shit because sometimes that does get confusing. I wish their search was better. It does kind of suck.
It does suck.
It fucking sucks. Like
it works when it wants to.
Yeah. All right. And then did we make 10 o'clock? Because that's what I was shooting for.
We are at 10 o'clock. Is that what we were shooting for?
Just to piss off Brian.
Okay, fuck Brian.
So
we did it.
Can we get when you kick down your door,
right? When I like that.
When I'm thinking
inevitability.
Inevitability. You have a printout of Brian on the door when you kick it in.
Yeah,
I think that is needed.
Would that help you kick the door in?
It might. There's a way better chance of that happening.
There's a way better chance. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I really hope it's like Reno 911 where he goes to kick the door and his foot just goes through the door. Yes. And it's just Brian's nuts.
Oh shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking great. All right, we got to get off of this. I need to go eat some cereal and
Taco Bell's rearing its ugly head, so I'm gonna do that.
Oh, you're gophering it. I need to do some naked upside down jumping jacks.
I love that.
Picture that.
I will.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I see it in my dreams tonight.
Everybody in the chat, thanks for sticking by. All the media, thank you so much for being a part of this. We have a massive list of media to still go through, so we're going to keep chipping at the block here and see how many we can get on. So I'll make the announcement probably the next pod, who's going to be the next pick for the part 5 of our media dealio. So until then, we'll see you next Tuesday at 7:30. I'm not even gonna look at the chat. So we'll see.
Don't do it.
We'll see you next Tuesday, and we love you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yep.
Bye,
everybody.
Thanks everybody except Brian. I like that.